to Marital Hate. I am Stacy, and behind me somewhere
is
Doug. We do a live interactive podcast Monday through Friday. It's called Marital Hate. You're here. We do not hate each other.
Not usually.
Definitely not today.
Well, there's a certain percentage, I think, that all married people hate each other some percentage of the time.
If you spend like a ridiculous amount of time with someone, they're going to annoy you.
I think everybody's,
And sometimes we annoy each other, and most of the time we're best friends. And if you watch podcast night after night,
you'll know that.
You'll learn.
We're the best of friends. We're the worst of friends.
It's true. It's like a.
I don't know where I'm going.
You're having problems.
I'm floating on a.
You're gonna fall and splash and kill 2 overpriced laptops.
Major
Maybe
Tom.
we should only use one laptop in case we fucking send a tidal wave out and kill 2 fucking laptops
I don't know.
at the same time.
I don't know. But we do know that our. I don't know what I just did.
So the podcast is live and it's interactive, and as you can see here, one of our closest friends, Hookah Bob.
We got a bunch of people
here.
that come here every night. Hookah Bob is first in line tonight. Fantastic people.
Love. When you join the conversation either on YouTube or so we're on like all the platforms. But if you're on YouTube or Facebook, you can join the conversation. You'll make lots of friends like Hookah Bob. And let me just tell you something. Hookah Bob is like the best friend a person could ask for. And I'm not saying that because he gives me edibles. I'm saying that because he's just a fucking awesome person. And Hookah Bob, stop giving me edibles. Love you. And Cindy says, hey girl. Cindy is also an amazing person to know. She is here in Cape Coral with us, and she's a Lady Jeeper, and well, I have a special place in my heart for Lady Jeepers.
She's a lady.
What are you're doing all kinds of strange things.
Well, I had to put on all the lights, otherwise we were going to be doing this in the dark.
It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. So Ariel Dive was there for like 30 seconds on Instagram and didn't even, somebody named Ariel Dive. They don't really like us. Oh. God, he's making weight. Look at him like swaying back and forth.
Sway into the music.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, yeah.
We have had a weird ass day. How was your day? Cindy,
how is it? It's Tuesday.
You guys?
Did you go to the beach,
Cindy?
Cindy?
How are you doing? Hookah Bob says, give the edibles away. My spare refrigerator is still half full. I'm trying to. I gave a bunch of shit to my cable guy. I gave a bunch of stuff to Steve. I keep telling Cindy to come over. Yeah, it's a problem. I'm just going to have to go door to door.
That's right. You know what? Maybe we just have to start gobbling the stuff down.
Well, you haven't gobbled any.
No, I have not gobbled.
So gobble, Douglas. And Ann says, here and not late. Well, we did start 3 minutes ago. I'm just kidding. I'm glad you're here, girl. And Cindy says, I'll be in and out. Boys, we're fishing, but packing up to leave. Oh, I hope they had a good time. And she said, I'm going to come over tonight.
Yeah. Well, no, because she's got the podcast to watch, and the kids are coming home, and so they're gonna be hungry. I think
that they went to the beach today. We did not go to the beach today, by the way. Did you end up going to the beach today? I would have. Sorry, I should have messaged you. We have had. I want to hear about everybody else's day because we had like a weird day.
It was a weird day. You were having some health problems. You were short of breath.
Oh my God.
Super tired, and it was scaring the crap out of both of us.
Well, so I was super tired all day. So remember, I have a chronic illness. For those of you who don't know. I have a chronic illness. I have end-stage neurological Lyme and a bunch of other shit.
Something.
So, it's always kind of dicey. A couple weeks ago, I was sick. Doug thinks I had pneumonia, which is possible because I have had pneumonia in my bloodstream several times now. But I thought it was COVID, but it really doesn't matter. I was sick, and I had a fever of 101.7 at one point. My normal is like 95.9 to 96.9. Body aches.
Stop being sick for 5 minutes.
That's what I was like literally praying for today. Honest to God, I'm gonna get there. I want to tell you right now. Today I was like, well, I'm like, if this kills me, I've been asking to die for a long time, and then Doug can take the money and tour and promote his album from my life insurance. I have a good life insurance policy.
I drive from here to Hookah Bob's, kidnap him, and then we're on the road.
Yes, Hookah Bob, that is your job, to go on the road with Doug in the event of my death. Also to go on the road with Doug just because we all need to go on the road, I think. Do you think that'd be fun?
Go on the road?
Bob?
Oh, yeah.
We would drive him insane inside of 5 minutes. And then Ann says, Stacey, I've never felt as exhausted as I was today. It was hard to do anything.
Maybe it's the moon or something
going on.
Uh-oh.
And Courtney's here. She's hit, hey, beautiful, and Doug.
I said something very nice about Courtney today.
You're always saying nice things about Courtney. You love her. What did you say about her?
She posted some little video, something or other, and I said, we love our Courtney.
She is adorable.
Because she's like ours now. Like, she's part of ours.
All of you guys. Yeah. Like, honestly, it's so weird because, like...
Much like we are part of hers.
Well, it's... Okay, so, like, obviously, like, the boys are like a regular part of our life. So we talk about them a lot. And even though my girls aren't part of my life, like they come up a lot because I'm sad. But we talk about you guys like they're our family. We probably talk about them more than our family because the kids only have so much excitement, right? They're doing their thing.
They're doing the thing.
We're waiting to see what happens with Nolan and getting an apartment or not getting an apartment. Wesley has celebrated his birthday. I don't know what's going on with Wes this week. What's he up to?
Working, I think, for the most part, and he's going to the beach on Saturday.
Good. Wes, for my birthday, he's going to the beach.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice of him.
Isn't that how you would like to be?
I don't care what Wes does for my birthday. I just want everybody to be happy. So the point is, I have a bunch of health stuff, and so this morning I woke up and I was like, I wake up normally at 6. Lately, I've gone back to sleep till almost 8 because I've just been so tired. I really needed it, and after being sick and with a chronic illness, I'm trying really hard not to push it too much. So I woke up and I couldn't breathe and I was super tired. And I was like, I just don't want to get out of bed. I was so tired. And so my husband snuggled nakedly with me and eventually laid the dick down. Was it once this morning and then once this
morning
afternoon?
and once this afternoon.
Because I laid down to take another nap and
I'm like,
he came in, brought his dick with him.
That's my cue.
And it's funny because every once in a while there'll be a clip from our podcast and we'll be talking about sex or whatever. And so we had a couple of them go viral or not viral, comments on YouTube. And like these kids are like, ew, boomers, elderly people having sex.
Elderly, yeah, they call it.
First of all, solidly Gen X, 76. I'm not going to be 48 till Saturday. Okay. So shut the fuck up. And also he's old, but he's not a boomer yet. He's like I call him a boomer, but he's on the cusp.
Well,
he's a Gen X. We're Gen X.
Been known to lay down the boom on occasion.
Yes, he has laid down the boom twice today. Well, the first time, I got to be honest with you, was amazing. It was really, but I came too fast. Like I don't know. You know what? Too fast.
I'm not responsible for that. You can't handle me.
And then the second time, I was like, I don't really have the energy for sex, but I love you, so I'm gonna power through. But I did enjoy it. It was enjoyable. But the first time, I was like, I felt like I know what it's like to be a man because I came so fast. I was like, oh, sorry. Can you stop doing that? Just I'm done now.
Be gone.
I would like a sandwich, please. Thank you. And you did make me deviled eggs.
I did make you deviled eggs.
What do you make a lady after?
What do you make a lady? A real lady eats up deviled eggs.
Well, you don't want to have deviled eggs before you go down on a lady because they tend to make you gassy. Although I'm never really gassy, but that's a whole other.
So
problem.
Uncle Paul says, Hookah Bob says he's there, and Paul says he'll drive the coach. I don't know.
You guys might have to fight it out.
You guys can hang out
because you guys are both. Actually, we've talked about this how they need to hang out together because Hookah Bob, trucker, retired trucker. Paul is scaling back. Actually, Hookah Bob was concerned about you taking a local job. They don't pay as well. So we were talking about how y'all would get along and y'all should ride together and so on and so forth. So I'm looking forward to introducing you. And Cindy says, my father-in-law had breathing issues today, also taken by ambulance, still in the hospital. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Could be that Saharan dust that's like blowing over here.
I have been inside. So my pulse ox,
problem.
So I can't find my pulse ox monitor, but I did use my Apple Watch. So how accurate it is, I don't know. But I've been having some really weird EKGs because of this cough that I had that was giving me like wicked chest pains. And then I had today at one point it was 89, and then it was like now it's back up to 98, but it was 95 and 96 for a while there. So it's just a little concerning. When you have Lyme, you have POTS, you often have like air hunger or shortness of breath. And I was just sick. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Courtney says, you guys have become a really big part of my life. I'm so sorry. I wish you had more of a life than that, Courtney. No, but I'm glad you're here. And it's so funny because like anytime somebody watches the podcast, I'm like,
we must bring some entertainment to some subsect of the people.
It's tough because I'm trying to explain it to people, and I was talking to Vern Gazel and the guy in the Burning Breeze on Saturday with Hookah Bob or Sunday, and I was trying to explain what it is, and I'm like, I don't know, I get baked and talk about cocks, and these dudes were just like,
I don't
what is wrong with you? So now they're never going to watch the podcast, but that's all right.
If they do watch a podcast,
what
might indicate that they like to talk about cocks.
Oh, if you want to
or listen to some lady talking about cocks.
You come to the right place. Courtney says, even my kids remind me at this point, they're like, Mom, it's 7. Your friends are on TV. Oh, that's so cute. And Paul Hanlon says, hope he gets well soon.
Yes,
I know, right? Yeah. It's, Cindy, what's your father-in-law's name? We'll all pray for him. And then Courtney says, I'm embarrassingly a millennial. I would not say, so the thing is millennials get a bad rap. And we actually talked to Christina about that today. We talked to
Yes,
Zach
right.
about that. Yes. Some of them are lazy and entitled, and some of them are really hard workers and really grounded. It seems to be like one or the other.
Yeah, for sure.
And so I don't know. We're Gen X, and I think that just makes us, and we're supposedly rebels.
I don't know. I'm totally badass. I
We're
don't know about
rebels
you.
without a cause. I think I'm totally badass.
I think you're totally
You have
badass.
to
I wouldn't be
ask,
married
though.
to you. Would you?
But if you have to ask, are you really badass?
Oh, well, you just did.
That's why I don't think I'm badass.
I think you are. I think.
What makes me badass?
You're.
It's the hair, isn't it?
No. It's the fact that you will say exactly what's on your mind.
That just means I either have Tourette's or autism. Like, it doesn't mean that, like,
Maybe you have both.
I have
I don't
no
know.
filter.
Maybe.
Oh my God. Like, and it's so funny because, like, being me, don't recommend it. It has come with some challenges. And one of those challenges is that I feel super anxious if it's quiet. And so I get like extra chatty when people are quiet. And it makes me anxious.
We talked about this. Filling the
talked about it
space,
yesterday. Yeah. And then, I do just say what I'm thinking. And if I say something that hurts someone's feelings, I will be like crying my eyes out because I feel so terrible. I would never want to hurt anyone. And so in my life, like, people have told me things like, you're too sensitive, because I would cry if I hurt someone's feelings or if somebody else was sad. I've heard that I talk too much, which I do out of anxiety. And then I have no filter. And I don't know why I have no filter, but that's how I'm built. So
filter free.
I think that we all just have to have some kindness and compassion for other people, because you don't know what other people are going through. The loudmouth bitch with the fucking podcast talks about dicks all night long. She might just be having a fucking falling apart herself.
Wow.
And today was a perfect example of that.
Well, you were falling apart today, and I breathed new life into you.
I'm not done falling apart yet, but I do want to get to the comments. Polly, wait, hang on. Courtney says, I think I'm more of an 1800er. Yeah, she's like a little house.
You're a little house
a
on the
little
prairie.
Courtney on the prairie. And Paul says, cool. I don't anything cool too, but you know what? I'm glad you're excited. Paul says, I'll be home tomorrow. Let's do something Saturday for your birthday. That sounds like a good time. Yeah, let's all do, I don't know, Saturday Saturday.
Go back to the Fork.
Birthday. We go to the Twisted Fork or
whatever,
mini golf. Although I'm not doing shit in the blazing sun. Although I also enjoy the beach. I don't know. But I only go to the beach on a weekend because people seem to be there. Who knows? Courtney says, my birthday is the 18th.
Oh, it's coming up.
Birthday,
it's coming
Courtney.
up. Pioneer woman.
She's going to be like 21 or some ridiculous number. And Ann says, are those kayaks? Doug, you hate the water. So what do you do?
I don't hate the water. I love the water. And I love kayaking. And I love, what I don't love is getting attacked by some sort of gator or croc while I'm trying to row this 5-foot kayak around.
We haven't used the kayaks yet. And so the funny story about the kayaks is we bought them, both of them, total for $80. They're a little small. And if you're jumpy at all, you're going to flip. But we did buy paddles to go with them and life preservers. We ended up with an extra life preserver. I think I might have accidentally bought 3. And so we've only used them in the pool. And the lizards like them.
Yeah, lizards like them. Yeah,
the lizards live in the kayaks.
I might take one to the beach one of these days.
Ooh,
roll around on the beach.
That'll be fun. Just don't get pulled out. And then Paul says, awesome, let's party.
Let's do it.
And then Ann says, you don't hate it when you can't swim? No, he just,
No, I love being on the water. I love being in boats. I love being I would not go on a cruise.
He's just nervous. He's
just
a little nervous about it.
Good.
I've been trying to give him swim lessons forever. Nolan tried to give him swim lessons the other day. He refuses to even try. So my goal in life is to find like a hot ass black chick with huge titties who he's going to want to learn to swim from. That's because
teach me things.
Apparently,
lady,
his wife is not enough. He's into black ladies.
Teach me.
And then Courtney says, I'm a badass midget.
Yeah, we can't say that.
You're not supposed to say that word, but I will tell you.
We can't say it. You can.
Somehow
you qualify.
I ended up on Little Person TikTok, and I'm totally here for it. But that's a better angle. And then Nicole says, hey, girl.
Hey, Nicole.
Where have you been? We haven't seen you in a long time. And then Courtney says, if I could afford to get down there, but thanks for our lovely economy, that isn't an option.
Well,
you know what?
Well, wait, hang on a sec. Let's give the FJB a rest here. Facebook, maybe that's the F in it, demonetize this girl right here. So let's just, there's a lot of blame to be passing around in the economy
and game. Why do you think Facebook would demonetize Courtney?
She's a midget.
Yeah.
Small
that's
people
not why,
around.
and she's not a small person. But that's actually one of our topics tonight. The topic being the hashtag that I have added.
The hashtaggery.
That I added, which was end big tech censorship or something like that. Because these tech companies are censoring people, they're censoring political candidates, they're censoring all kinds of stuff, and it's not their place to do so. And it's really interesting because we had a little. What are you?
I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Here. Okay, so we're having. There was recently an issue in our town where a young man who is under the age of 12 called with some friends. They were joking around and they called in a bomb threat, and that's not okay. However, this young man was charged with a felony. And I understand we can't take things lightly, but think about the thing. Like, this is a felony.
Yeah.
A felony for
like a 13-year-old kid prank.
A stupid kid prank. I mean, I didn't call in, we didn't pull the fire alarm or anything like that because I was terrified. But like, I had friends that pulled the fire alarm. Like, I knew people that did stuff like that.
We prank called everybody in the phone book.
Fucking kids. Like, let's
we made one lady take her phone apart and put it back.
A felony is gonna, like, a felony will fuck somebody up. So of course he can potentially have it expunged when he gets older.
It's a minor thing.
But I got to tell you, like, of all the kids that in our neighborhood, this kid is the most respectful, the most polite, the most eloquent. Like, I see him doing great things, and this could ruin his life. And there were other kids involved, and he was the only one that was punished, and that's very concerning to me. So I just, we live in a world that's censoring people, and it's getting worse. And of course, social media just being the tip of the iceberg, of course. And then you add to that the things that are happening in other countries like China with a social credit score where, well,
China,
let's face it, they'll take me all back and shoot me. And Courtney is laughing.
All right, so you're missing a few here.
Yes, I am. And so anyway, Courtney, you can get cheap flights. The people that we met last week, Maureen and Eduardo, they're from up north. They have been flying down $26.
How are they doing that?
They're flying Spirit, and they're flying out of I think they said Newark, but I could be wrong. So if you watch the flights, you can get really good deals. You might be able to get a flight for like $50. I'm not even kidding you. Like, if you watch. So I actually have mine set up to give me alerts. So you can go into Google Flights, and you can set up alerts to a given place. So you could set up alerts to here. Oh no! Yeah, I don't know why it skipped. And Uncle Polly says the fork would be perfect. I do enjoy the fork, although Sundays is countdown day, so we were thinking about going up on Sunday. Doug is number 6 this week. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, well, it could be higher than that if these people.
Yeah, actually, let's all do it right now, shall we?
I can't do it.
Why?
Because it's my own song.
They don't know your phone.
Well,
number.
I did it online, and they figured it out.
Yeah, but they don't know your phone number. Oh. So the number for US 41 radio, where you can text, is 239-314-4104, which I will enter right now. And so you can just text them and say, "Hey, please play Doug Gear," which I actually
or else
did not do today.
Which I think that's what Hookah Bob's like. Play or
Hookah Bob. Yeah, we're gonna break into the radio station is really what it comes down to. Like,
but we don't need to. We're getting plenty of support from that station. And I was just thinking today, if it weren't for US 41, I probably wouldn't have gotten on all these other, I probably wouldn't have done the research and gotten on all these other stations and gotten the record.
Well, they got the ball rolling, but we would have been doing other stuff with it. And the fact that it's on Google. But the thing is that, like, the a lot of the bands that he's up against, and by the way, like, they're all really great musicians and good for them. And I wish them all the success in the world. But he's up against, because it's a countdown, he's up against 2 covers. And then, of course, people that have had recording studios, or they have money to throw at advertising. So, because a lot of these companies are advertising.
And promoters and things like that. There's all kinds of stuff you can do online. You can get you get on a radio station for $10. I'm not going to do that. You get an album reviewed for $5.
But I think that's how the way the industry works.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem. Yeah, I mean, I want people to make their money, right? But I've got 5-6 radio stations I'll play for free.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the way I'm going.
Well, I mean, I would love to have it become like a legitimate thing, like that you would be able to live your dream of being a musician, that we'd be able to, make money at it and help people and make money at the hot podcast and help people. And I don't know. It may be that you have to do that in order to get anywhere.
I'm still figuring it out, folks.
I don't know. Jelly Roll did it on his own. I'm sure he threw some money at, I know he did everything himself and he built it up through YouTube, but did they have money for production? Did they have money for equipment? Like that kind of thing. Nobody does it alone. And, we're so grateful for you guys because literally you're like our production team or pump team.
My thing is that
our therapist.
the other countdowns are like bands and like they had other people. I played every instrument. I don't know why, that shouldn't factor in, obviously.
Listen, when you're comparing, okay.
But it's pretty remarkable.
So listening to the other songs, there are some songs on the countdown that I'm like, wow, this is really good. And I don't know if I think the Doug song is the best here just because I'm like, all in love with you and whatnot.
Oh, there's some great stuff on there. There's really
but there's some stuff that I'm like, really?
Yeah, there's some stuff.
And there's just, it's just really hard because you hear some of these independent musicians are absolutely amazing. And some of them are like, yeah, okay, good luck with that. And I would hope, are we delusional? Is Doug really good or does he suck? Because I think he's amazing.
Here's the thing.
I love every song on that album.
I created that album in a vacuum by myself with headphones on. And
he's working
nobody
on
heard anything until it was done.
The song that's coming out that he's working on now sounds like Rock and Roll Villain to me in a lot of ways. So
Courtney says she'll be 34 this year, which makes her 5 years younger, 5 years older than my son, Wes.
Do you want her to call you daddy?
I don't think anybody should call me daddy.
You called yourself daddy to the kids the other day. It was hilarious.
Pimp daddy.
Nicole says my youngest son will be 23 on the 13th also.
Oh, look at that.
Actually, Randall said that last week. So we knew. Happy birthday to your son. And I don't think he's here tonight. Courtney, Doug, learn to swim.
Courtney, grow.
Courtney says, and you're telling me to get healthy. Courtney says, hey, Malum, and she's laughing. And Nicole says, I'm just going through some emotional stuff. I don't like having mental health illness. Oh, Carl, I'm so sorry. Well,
you know what's good for? Actually, it's not good. I was gonna say tune into this podcast. It's good for mental health.
I think it is.
It's really not.
Because it's
really disturbing.
If you laugh and it's honest,
and
you can say something like, "Hey, I'm having mental health issues, and we can all support you."
I'm not gonna laugh at you.
Because we, last night, we had another guest that was having a hard time, and we need to remember to pray for people more often. I know I asked Cindy for her father-in-law's name. We know Nicole, so let's all just see Nicole in a happy, peaceful place where she feels content and safe and loved. And so it is.
There you go.
Okay. And then what did I skip?
Oh, Courtney was the top one. There you go, right there. Oh wait, there you go.
No, see? Okay, there you go. Courtney, because Mark is in bed with certain side of our corrupt ass government.
Well, I think all sides of the government are whatever.
I think corrupt ass government is a good term to use
just
unilaterally.
No side.
And then Courtney says, same here, girl. I feel ya. I'm sorry you go through that, girl.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a lot. And it's so funny. So many people are struggling right now, even more than ever. The last couple of weeks have just been weird. I feel like something, and Anne was saying that she was super tired. I feel like something might be going on, cosmically. Speaking of things going on, I wonder how Trace is feeling today. I should have checked on her at the fucking worst. And Hookah Bob said, if he is good when 18, they will expunge it. That's what we talked about today. So he's going to stay out of trouble. And, I think he got a good scare, and, maybe the long run, it'll be a good thing for this young man. I hope that, he's, I talked to him about, just be careful about who you spend your time with. And so, because I think he could do amazing things.
I was just going to float away from you.
Why is that?
Because you said, just be careful who you spend your time with. I was going to buzz off to the.
If only you could swim. And Courtney says, what?
I don't know what she's wanting about.
And he said, let's start a GoFundMe for her. Who are we starting a GoFundMe for?
I don't know.
Who are we starting?
You maybe. I don't know. Maybe for your birthday.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice. Let's go to Disney World. Can we go to Disney World, all of us? Paul says, let's do Sunday. Yeah, we'll happily do Sunday. Yeah, Sunday works. Let's do that. And then there's a number to text US 41 radio, say play Doug Gear, and I'm gonna just do it right now.
Or actually, somebody do it in Spanish. El Dago Giro Recresto Mundo.
Please
And make it feel like it's not the same 5 people.
Okay. So there's the number. You can text it. Courtney says, text send. Thank you, girl. And Anne says, send an email and a text for the song.
Nice,
thank you so much, gorgeous. Honestly, there's a part of me that just wants to like program a bot to just do it over and over again.
Well, I think that's what these other people are doing.
Possible, but we're coming by it legitimately.
Hits.
Yeah. And ours are all real. Courtney says, I should make a video just about your album. Robert and I sincerely love that Smiles Like a Sun so much. Oh, thank you. Doug says that he wrote that song while he was manifesting me. And
yeah, I was sitting there like, need some talky,
go ahead,
rope-haired, tattoo-covered bitch coming up into my life.
I didn't have rope hair or tattoos when I met you.
No, you did not.
So there you go.
So you were relatively boring when I met you.
That's true. And Killing 15 Minutes says his wife Bunny helps him a lot. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Well, listen, I'm helping him. I'm helping him a lot. There's just no money involved. And I can only help him when I feel halfway decent, which has not really been much lately. So yeah, I was supposed to be doing the music and the podcast, and lately I haven't even been doing the podcast. I really want to talk about that. And then Paul says, guys, I got to get some sleep. Got to be up at 2 a.m. Good night. Well, sweet dreams, Uncle Paulie. We'll be thinking of you. Love you.
Yeah, we'll see you Sunday.
And then Courtney says the podcast is a little like therapy. Yeah, I mean, like we all talk about our shit. We try to really.
But you're pretty good.
Well, because you've had a nicer life than I have, except the dead parents. Sorry about that.
Hey. For that.
Well, I'm sorry that you have dead parents.
Well, I mean, so am I.
Are you sad that I have alive parents?
I'm not gonna. No,
I want only good things for my parents. They just, they just couldn't, and can't, and that makes me really sad. Like a lot. Like it's hard. And I'm 48, and I should be the fuck over it, but I'm not. And I don't blame them for my life, but it does make me sad. And Courtney says good night. And Anne says, Nicole, you got this. I know how you feel as I've loved it. She meant lived it for years. I'm an ear. I think she meant to say she's an empath.
An ear to listen to her if she ever needs it.
Feel as loved. I loved it for years. I'm on ear. Not really sure, but if you want to talk to her.
But the important thing is Cindy is back.
And Cindy is back. And she's back again. Nicole, Cindy's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Apparently Eminem's got a new album coming out. Everybody's very excited. Nicole says, also be careful when you do vent to. Some people like to just throw stuff back in your face.
We're throwing nothing.
Honestly, like I just say what I have to say. Like if I have something, if I have something that affects somebody else and I can't talk about, then I won't talk about it. But like there's nothing anybody's going to say that's going to bother me because I'm bulletproof, right? Like I have moments where I'll get sad because especially the internet haters, but I've been through a lot in my life, and not that you haven't, I'm not saying that, but, and I've worked on myself a lot. And when people say things like in the moment, it may hurt my feelings, or if somebody tries to throw something at me or to hurt me, it may hurt me in the moment. Then I realize like people who do that are not happy. Like I feel bad for them. And it's actually funny because like the two things that are hardest for me in my life, well, it's really the one thing my illness, that's really fucking hard. And then the fact that my family doesn't talk to me is like the hardest thing in my life.
I talk to you.
Thank you.
We're family.
That's true. And you guys are too. So thank you for that.
Yeah, they really are.
But
like more than they know.
No, like way more than you guys know. But like I
You're gonna cry.
I'm tearing up already because like, as I've gotten hate on the podcast for saying stupid shit, like Cape Coral's like an HOA, my hair smells like feet, I look like Courtney Love, not in a good way, like all kinds of shit that people have said. And it's funny because I thought I was gonna get run out of town today because I told everybody in Cape Coral to go fuck themselves, but
with a vegetable.
I told all the Karens in Cape Coral to fuck themselves with a vegetable. But that didn't go viral. But I realized that there's gonna come a point in time where someone is gonna say, if we keep this up, if the podcast continues, assuming it would, assuming you guys like it, assuming you tell your friends, assuming more people come, that someone at some point in time is going to say something nasty about why my family doesn't talk to me or my kids don't talk to me. Or they're going to say something cutting, or like, if we get really big, maybe one of my kids is going to do like a tell-all and talk about all the ways that I fucking disappointed them. And like, listen,
can anybody say something that you haven't already told about? Like, probably not.
I haven't talked about a lot of the details of like the mistakes that I made as a parent and as a person in my life. But if y'all want to hear me just like fucking pour my guts out about all the things I've done
we should
wrong,
make a
I'll do
special
that.
like channel for that.
Today's special is Stacey telling you everything she's ever done wrong in her life. These are the thoughts that go through my mind 10,000 times a day about things that I can't change. So what I do try to
Mary
do,
Doug is two, one.
there
or two,
have
one.
been times where I've said that. And when I die and you read my journals and you see that, please know that I love you. But sometimes
I know
you're
you love me.
fucking
I
asshole.
love you. I know you love me.
Sometimes he's a fucking asshole.
But I know you're also kind of hot-headed.
Hot-headed. He's lucky he's fucking alive. The man can't swim. Fuck you. I am hot-headed. I'm Portuguese. We can't help it. He's gonna eventually come back.
You know,
What?
you just proved my point.
What is your point? That I'm hot-headed? That was the whole point. Was I like crying and you have to be a dick. You made my point.
That's my role in life.
You guys. I like when my eyes are like when I'm like
You're
crying or tearing because my eyes look like sparkly.
Oh, sparkly.
Oh, it's crying, but
All right,
you
I'm
know,
back.
it's a fine line between sparkly and bloodshot. We'll see how long it takes.
Hot-headed.
So yes, I'm hot-headed. But so yeah, I think anytime you're vulnerable with anyone, you run the risk. But for me, I choose to be vulnerable because I feel like it helps people. And if it's not helping any of you, please tell me because I'll save myself the fucking aggravation.
Yeah.
And
It'll just be marital Doug. It will be marital haters.
Well,
I'll come on here and talk about.
what if I'm dead?
guitars for an hour.
What do you guys think? Should Doug continue the podcast
With some
if
new
I
bitch?
die? No, not. You have to do it with my ashes. You'll be like, my
yeah.
bitch wife is finally fucking dead. These are
You know
her
what I'll do
ashes.
is
Now
I'm
I
just
get
gonna
to
go
talk.
through all the episodes and record the things that you say. Take it with a shaker of salt.
I
Or
really
like
just-
all like the typical Stacey-isms.
I tell the same 5 stories over and over again. I have all these same stupid Stacey-isms. Although I do have a story that I've been I have a bunch of stories in the notes that I never got to, and
Yeah.
I should really get to those because we haven't lately.
All right, well, we had a ton of. So she.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Okay.
Okay, so Cindy says, texting, thank you, girl. Anne says, Doug, for shits and giggles, I will use someone's phone and send a request in Spanish.
Yeah,
You can
don't
send it
use
in
my
every language.
translation because I don't think it was very goodo.
You can send it in Chinese,
Yeah.
Japanese, whatever you want. And Courtney says, life makes women very interesting. It does. Well, I mean, that's, you know, it's funny too, because like, we don't want to glamorize the struggle or make it seem like it's a necessary part of life. But the reality is that when you struggle in life, you learn. And I just would like to stop learning. Is that too much
there
to
were enough
ask?
lessons.
Is
Enough
anybody
lessons
out
already.
there like does not want to learn anymore? Is it just me? Like I
Enough-
just need
enough
to know.
lessons.
I have had a fucking enough. And Killing says, actually, Nicole, or he said exactly Nicole. He must have gotten
Actually,
typoed.
Exactly.
I was gonna watch
Yeah, that
15, Killing 15 Minutes True Crime podcast today, but I was so fucking tired and I didn't want to watch
You
a
weren't going to
crime
keep your
podcast.
eyes open for 15 minutes.
I was done.
in a row.
I literally, like the second you pulled your penis out, I was asleep. I said, can you clean up your mess? And I was asleep. He went to the store
I did run to the store.
and bought me a lottery ticket. I'm hoping
And she
we
won.
win.
She won some money today.
I did win
Scratcher.
$30, but I'm hoping we win like the lottery.
Yeah.
And
What is Cindy talking about?
Cindy says it really is. I look forward to it nightly. Oh, girl.
Oh, look at that.
That means the world to us. Y'all, if you could tell your friends, because we're starting to freak out. I'm going to get to that in a minute. But we need to get some more traction with the podcast. We had, I'll tell you in a minute. And then Anne says an ear to listen if Nicole wants to talk. Oh, so Anne's there if you want to talk. And of course I am as well. Although after the podcast, I'm baked as fuck. So you got to catch me in the morning. And she says,
This is funny because it came on the like. Anne says she's an ear for Nicole, and then Cindy
She's
says
like,
you won't get
"You'll
that,
get that
here.
here."
But she was actually talking about non-judgy like people.
oh
that'll
yeah,
throw stuff back in the
exactly.
face.
Yeah. But you know,
But
more
it was-
people will come to
It
the
was
podcast.
kind of funny the way it came in.
It is funny the way it came in. And I will tell you,
Oh, but
Cindy,
maybe Cindy doesn't want to hear
Cindy,
your
when
crap.
everybody reached out to me over the last couple of weeks, Anne and Tracy. I don't know where Tracy is. I hope she's okay. But Cindy reached out to me the whole week that I was sick,
Yeah.
even though she was sick herself, and
She
she was
was
like, "How are
very
you
sick.
feeling?"
Yeah,
She's
she's
just such a
commiserating.
thoughtful sweetheart of a person. Just absolutely love her.
She's ours now too.
And yeah. And then Courtney says, I've come to the point where I sincerely love my haters. They are some of my biggest fans. Yeah, they help with engagement if you're a social media
Yeah.
person. And we did say that our goal was to have 50 accounts that did nothing but make fun of us. So
Yeah, all right.
Cindy Bennett, I know who I can vent to and who not to vent to. Well, we're all figuring it out. I vent to the entire world, but you do you.
Hey, why not?
Cindy said, we all make mistakes. Don't beat yourself up over it. Not one single person is perfect. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I was kind of raised to believe that I wouldn't be loved if I wasn't perfect. So I'm still working on that. I'm also still working on not clearing my plate. Doug made me a turkey quesadilla for lunch today, and I was really hungry, and I wanted quesadilla and ice cream. I might just have ice cream for dinner today.
Ice cream was good.
And it was really good. And so I took like 2 bites, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so full. And then I forced myself to eat the rest of that quarter. And then I was like, oh my God, I can't waste this food. So then I forced myself to eat another quarter. And then I'm like, I just can't do it anymore.
2 quarters left. I ate it for dinner.
Good job.
That was very nice. Fellowship.
Feels a limp dick handshake. Thank God you don't lay the pipe like that. Okay. Courtney, check your PMs. And then Courtney says, that's part of my mental illness. I close myself out to everyone, but I've been trying to get back to it today. I'll try to message you after the live. Yeah, girl, I'm around. And I think I texted you or messaged you my cell phone. So text me anytime because I don't always check Messenger. And by the way, Hookah Bob, get my number from Doug. Like, just text me. And then Killing says, I agree with not wanting to learn any more lessons, right?
His name is Killing.
I would like to know his actual name. I could just listen to his podcast. Which, let's all do that. Like, we should do like a listening party sometime. And then Risa says, hey, Risa. Hey, Risa. I love Risa. She's such a sweetheart. And she was over.
Risa, sometimes Jackbox player, and she kind of kicks ass.
And she is she's a master hater. She's just not always here because she has to get up early in the morning for work. And the other day I was on FaceTime with Layla, and Risa was there. And I thought it was so funny because Layla walked through the kitchen, and I thought I saw Steve. I was like, who's that? Who is that? And I couldn't figure it out. And it was Steve at the table. Steve is at the table.
No
and
way.
I think, yeah. And then we call Steve the powdery man baby. It was a Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah,
thing.
it was a campfire situation.
And Cindy says, I listened to several podcasts so far, girl.
We gotta get on top of that. We gotta stop producing a podcast and listen to some podcasts.
Oh no, she's saying she listened to several of the Killing 15 minutes. Oh wow. And if you guys can share them,
I have somebody I can share that too. Yeah.
Taylor Baker is here. Hey Taylor, you're new here. Right. Welcome, Taylor Baker. How did you find us?
And she
Thank
shared
you for
something.
sharing.
Yeah.
Dude, that means the world to us. So we do this live nightly interactive podcast.
Sometimes in the pool when it's 105 out.
The feel real temperature is 103. So I'm Stacey, and this is Doug.
They do feel real, by the way. I'm just.
Oh, they are real.
Oh, they are. They are real. Sorry.
They're like sagging down on my toes. And
now Paul's gonna wish he had stayed.
I know. Well, sometimes I do a puppet show with my tits, but probably not.
Crazy.
Tonight.
Yeah, it gets off the rails.
It's a live interactive.
So we
podcast.
just went from being an emotional support system for many.
Well, we're getting there.
To titty puppet show.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen. So it's a live interactive podcast. You never know what the fuck's going to happen. It's a fucked up podcast for fucked up people. We're married. We do not hate each other, despite the name of the podcast. I'm Stacey. That's stuff. And these Taylor. The people commenting are master haters, not masturbators, although I'm pretty sure they're that too.
Oh, I bet
they come night after night, and they are the coolest, most amazing, non-judgmental people you will ever meet in your life, and you were fucking lucky to know them. And we are so lucky to know them.
Yeah.
And I feel so proud of bringing this bang of misfits together. It's for sure the island of misfit toys, and I'm here for it. And then Cindy says, holy fuck you for being able to eat ice cream. LOL. Hey, I pooped today. Girl, we can make ice cream that doesn't have dairy in it.
Right.
Doug makes one of my favorite ice creams is coconut milk. And you do a partial coconut milk, but
I can do it all. Yeah,
And Courtney says, I poop every day. Fuck you.
Courtney poops. Courtney poops. Courtney. It's a big chant around the house.
Courtney. Fuck you, Courtney. I had somebody tell me the other day, how do I take my coffee and also Dr. Pepper?
Oh.
But I don't do caffeine. As a matter of fact, I'm worried that the caffeine is part of the problem with
Dr.
me.
Pepper's delicious.
And Taylor says, I saw your podcast and a comment on Virtue Rit. Loved y'all instantly. Oh my God. Jess is the best.
She's on a cruise.
Amazing. She's on a cruise right now.
She's live from the cruise.
By the way, she did not look at all like I expected.
Oh, really?
Like she's so I just thought she was going to be like, like a lady. Like she's she's gorgeous. She's gorgeous. It's like Courtney. Like you kind of want to hate her.
Yeah.
Like all you ladies.
I do hate Courtney a little bit because she hates me.
Like,
so I have to reserve this much.
It's so weird because I think that you have to be like a stunning woman to watch this podcast because all of the women that watch this podcast, I can tell you for a fact, are stunning.
Badass.
So wow. Well, thank you for being here. Everybody comes and comes again. Oh my God, Reese, I love you so much.
That's true.
What is that from? Oh, I've got big balls. You've got big balls. He's got big balls, and she's got big balls. But we've got the biggest balls of them all. But when they did that, were they onto something about the future? Because she's got big balls. Like,
oh, I didn't think of that.
And Courtney says we come night after night. And Courtney is squirting. I did not do any squirting today, but I felt like we could have eventually gotten there if I had any more stamina. And Cindy says I poop several times a day. I know, and you're skinny.
Useful information.
So fuck you. And Courtney has done some squares. I don't know what they're. And laughing. It might be dicks.
Oh, good.
I don't know. And Taylor says you are stunning. I love your hair so much. Oh,
well, that's better than the internet trolls.
Oh my God, she looks like Courtney Love, and not in a good way. So
somebody said your hair looks like it smells like feet.
Yes,
and it really doesn't. It smells lovely.
It smells lovely. It needs to be washed right now, but it does. It does. I need to do a deep cleanse, but it smells delightful because I always put essential oils on it and stuff. So I will tell you that all this is my natural hair, and it comes down to my butt. The colored pieces are just woolies, and I'm overdue for maintenance. I get them done at Manifest by Zasha, and she's amazing.
I'm gonna start getting a complex. Nobody talks about my hair. Nobody talks about
I'm
me.
getting a complex because I'm the one who cuts your hair. First of all. Second of all, you put too much gel in. Third of all, you need a haircut. Fourth of all,
I'm old as fuck, and nobody likes old people except for you. With the daddy issues.
Courtney's is right. She's fucking gorgeous girl.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Don't stop it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Thank you.
I said that to you today, as a matter of fact.
Thank you.
I said you're hot as fuck.
Thank you. Well, that's because you had your dick inside. You also told me I had the tightest pussy you've ever been in.
I don't know what your secret is. I don't know if you're doing some workout that I don't know about.
I think honestly, I think part of the problem is that I'm constantly constipated.
Oh,
and
maybe
because I'm constipated, it makes the vaginal canal smaller and I feel tighter.
Well,
and also
here's my thing. When I'm doing that activity, I'm not thinking, oh, that big shit ball is making your pussy nice and tight. I'm not thinking that in my head.
But you will now.
But I also just realized that the neighbors could probably hear that.
That's going to be a lovely clip for the podcast. We have clips get pulled down left and right. You think that one's going to make
ladies, if your significant other is complaining about a hot dog in a hallway, just get impacted with the shit ball.
Well, there you go. There's a lizard over there.
That might be the most messed up thing. Well, maybe. We'll have to decide if that's one of the more messed up things that we've had.
Courtney's. I'm trying to move on.
Try getting a dildo in there.
I don't want to be viral.
Shit ball.
Shit ball. Like the
loose pussy. Try shit ball. Boom, boom, boom. Like you could market it like there's a butt plug to hold the shit in there.
Can we talk about something?
I'm a little afraid to talk about things.
Okay, let me read these comments and we'll talk about it because I have something to say. Okay. Taylor, it's just about to go off the rails.
I'm sorry, Taylor.
Courtney says, "Girl crushes fuck girl." You too, and Cindy says she really and her personality fits her outside beauty. She's beautiful inside out. You guys, it's like you knew the day I had.
Inside part.
It's like you knew the day I had. Courtney says, yes, she's the whole package. Y'all, I don't do shit. I like to sit there like a lump. Doug does everything.
She don't do shit.
I mean, I answer. Listen, if anybody calls me and needs me, I'm fucking Johnny on the spot.
You'll stay up overnight booking flights or rebooking flights.
9 hours on the fucking phone. Yeah, and if I had realized that they were flying out on Saturday, I probably would have let them fly in on Wednesday. That's a whole other story. So, I really appreciate all your kind words, you guys. Like, I don't always feel that way, and that's just really sweet of you. But I'm a very imperfect person. Again, my own family doesn't speak to me. 4 children I gave birth to.
Maybe they can't handle the truth.
I don't know. I'm a bit much. I'm ridiculous. I'm absurd. I would like to get back to the shitballs now.
Shitball coming.
Okay. I do not want to be virally known as the lady who is constipated so she has a nice tight vagina. By the way, my gynecologist, Dr. Riley,
been certified.
It's certified, but I didn't have vaginal births. I had C-sections. So you want to see my fucking nasty ass stomach? It's gross. It's like an apron, but it's a flap. When Doug eats my pussy, he has to lift it up out of the way, and he uses it like a little awning. And my fat, and I'm so
not.
And my hair smells like feet the whole time, and there's shit jammed up my ass. It's a miracle the man can keep a boner. That just goes to show you how virile my husband is. 58 years old, shitball ass. Hair smells like feet. Flap.
Why do you?
I might even have anal yeast. I don't even. I don't know what.
I realize that I've sent this train careening off the rails with my comment, but I didn't know it was gonna I didn't know it was just gonna careen down the. Yeah, that's craziness.
That's what we do. And it's no wonder that the social media platforms have no idea.
That's right. Well, TikTok doesn't want.
Y'all have any idea as to how we can get ourselves out there more and like get in front of more people, because we're trying to figure it out, because we're doing the hashtags, we're doing the ChatGPT, we're doing the social posts, and you know what? We were making all this progress.
I think I can.
I had a week of sickness, and all of our numbers are down 40%. And I want to put my head in the fucking oven.
It's an electric oven, so is that? Yeah, it's an electric oven.
Yeah. We work so hard. I have been.
Well, that's social media for you.
Waking moment where I felt halfway decent, and then we have like videos that go, like if you hashtag it right, you have a video that hits 92,000 people, and then I have videos that hit 200 people.
Well,
and like I don't know, a few
clips tonight that might hit me.
Well, I hope so, but like but then I also don't want to be known as the shit ass ball lady. But
shit ass ball lady. Just read some comments. You're just it's too far gone at this point.
Okay, and Doug, you are pretty cool.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, you
just
needed
that.
Is
that
that why you were like reading the comments?
It was like a pity pat.
You're like, oh
yeah,
good.
here you go.
It's okay, you're good. And then, girl, if you knew what he laid down today, and Courtney says, "Woman, you have the biggest heart. You are hilarious, beautiful, and you have the best personality and vibe. Honestly, it literally is my favorite quality that you have." I'm just gonna save these and like. Can you print those on?
Yeah.
Every time somebody
we're
says,
gonna have them on like. Oh wait! Can
because I have
cross stitch that, like the same
in a pillow
into a.
Well, I was thinking about making a scrapbook of all of the hate comments that I've gotten on the internet for my suicide note, but now I have all these nice comments that I'm gonna have to print. We're gonna have to print and tape all on like our bathroom mirror, and then there'll be that like one little one.
Yeah.
And you're cool too, Doug.
And you're cool.
Yeah. Well, wait, because you don't get the hate that I get.
No, I don't.
And your record is gonna blow the fuck up, and you're gonna have groupies throwing their panties at you and shit. And I'm not even gonna be able to say anything, honestly. What the hell? We're on Unicorn Landing. That's a whole story. Sydney says my kids won't talk to me either when they all become adults. I'm so sorry.
They will.
Would you like me to smack them? Does the one pussy dread smell like feet also? I couldn't even grow like honestly, it's like a Cupid doll if I have any hair. There's nothing. And if I did, it would smell like fish because I'm a disgusting person, obviously.
What are you talking about?
People are so terrible. They say mean things that hurt my feelings.
Oh.
So today, woke up.
Yeah.
Not to be like whiny about my life because you guys have your problems.
Tell me about your problems. It was a fantastic day.
It was.
Other than the shortness
I
of breath
couldn't breathe. I was super tired. I couldn't get anything done for the podcast, and all of our numbers are down 40%. And I'm like, should I take all of my energy and put it into your music? Should I continue with the podcast? Can I get a clone, an assistant, like a grant? I don't know, but like we're spread so thin, and there's so much I need to be doing that I'm not giving.
And how did I encourage you today?
With dick. You gave me your dick 2 times.
Is that all I'm good for in this relationship?
No, you also make snacks, dick and snacks. And you make nice music, and you go
pick stuff up off the ground that you drop.
Oh, he picks up things that I drop. He's like,
I'm like a helper monkey.
He's like a really shitty helper monkey. I'm not gonna lie. Because a helper monkey wouldn't go, oh, or a helper monkey wouldn't forget.
Oh, that's just me getting out of a chair because I'm old.
The helper monkey wouldn't forget the drink that every time Doug pours me a drink, I pour
it in the kitchen, I come back out.
Forgets the drink. Sits down. 20 minutes later, I'll be like,
hey, where's my drink?
Can I please have a drink? I gave it to you.
You know what? I'm going to start tough love. I'm going to say, get your own goddamn drink. Bitch.
Okay.
And see if and if you get it and come back, and if you're short of, like today, you're short of breath. I'm not gonna make you go running around short of breath. That'd be mean. but maybe.
Honestly, I don't know what the fuck it was. It was
Yeah, we don't
really
know.
bad. I was like having to breathe through my mouth. I'm like right now my nose is stuffy and I need to blow it. But here, blow it on this beach towel right here. Hang on. That's lipstick. This is my beach towel.
What are you doing?
I'm blowing my nose so I can breathe.
Oh, okay.
Because you can't talk as much as I talk and not be able to breathe through your nose.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Like you'll die.
So
My nose breathing is very important in this house. Why?
nose breathing.
Why?
I'm too much of a gentleman to say.
Dick sucking. You want to be able to deep throat a dick? Breathe through your nose. And,
Good night, folks.
what more does a lady need? Dick and snacks. Perfect.
Drinks, dick, and snack.
Yeah, forget the
and
drinks.
someone to beat at cribbage.
I did beat him at cribbage
you did
today.
me good.
We did play cribbage one time. I was so tired, but I was just like, oh, I'm trying to wake up. And my friend Jen sent me a nice message. I mean, the kids dropped by and Christina and Zach. And it was the day. And of course, Zach called. Every time we're about to have sex, this fucking kid manages to cock block us. He's an adult now, but I didn't tell him that, by the way. But I did tell him something else. Oh, he called us with some question.
Oh,
About the free honk.
Well, no, you called today about why you didn't think he was molested as a child.
Oh yeah, I have this thing that if you weren't molested as a child, it's because you were ugly. Because I was molested as a child, and I like to think it's because I was cute. Okay, listen, you deal with your trauma your way. I'm going to make inappropriate jokes about my trauma. And case in point, Doug.
Not molested.
Ugly.
Idiot.
Just kidding. He's really not ugly. He's adorable. And oh my God. Can I just tell you, I feel like the biggest creeper on the planet because when I look at pictures of him, I'm like, oh my God, he was so hot. I would have had such a crush on you.
You were a baby.
I know. I would have been like, look at you, hot guy. Some sort of explosion. And
it's Courtney. Yeah.
Y'all, if there is something I can help with, they have admin options. I know all about Canva, CapCut, ChatGPT, and all the things. I could put a bunch of time, but I could help some. Girl, you have too much on your plate, but I would love to have a call with you and pick your brain sometime. I would like to know about CapCut because we've been using VidAI and it's been a problem.
CapCut is, I think, for short videos with the captions and stuff. I think that's what that one is. But yeah, I'd love to know more about it.
So if we could pick your brain, that would be great. Cindy says, all right, love y'all. I've got some hooking to do.
I bet she
Talk
does.
to everyone later.
Oh, yeah. Make some money, girl. Oh, wait. That's not kind of.
She's
crocheting.
She means crocheting. And Taylor says, my house burnt down a couple years ago, and I sometimes make fucked up jokes and people get upset about it. Let me live. Trauma jokes make me feel better.
It's your trauma.
Okay,
stop. It's not their trauma.
Speaking
God
of
damn it.
GoFundMe, Taylor, are you okay? Or do you have a new house?
Yeah,
or did you get your stuff back? That must have been terrible.
Yeah.
What was that like? Are you okay? And if you would like to make some jokes about it, then
yeah, we'll do it. We'll support you in any way that
you
is
want us to bring over some marshmallows? We'll do that. Whatever you're down with, we are here to support you.
That may be a little insensitive, but I digress. This is Myrtle.
She said she makes jokes about it.
She makes jokes.
And I said, if you want us to bring
you make jokes about my dead parents. I can make jokes about my dead parents, but you seem to think you married into.
I can't.
No, you can make whatever jokes you want.
And then Courtney says you can do long video as well.
Oh, cool.
And Cindy said, same as Court said, I can help too. Yeah, any info, if I could just pick your brain, that would be great. And Taylor says, we're okay. We actually ended out 10 times better.
I just read that as 10K better, like
10,
it was like a monetary thing.
Well,
but 10 times better means probably they rebuilt the house or moved to a better house.
I mean, that's the thing, especially if you get if you can get a reasonable insurance payout and you know people, or you can get the work done yourself, or you can do quite well. So
Taylor, where are you in the world?
Taylor, where are you? We're in
Florida.
Cape Coral, Florida, but we're from Massachusetts. As a matter of fact, we got some Massachusetts news topics tonight. Courtney said, I lost my baby 10 years ago, and I'm the most darkest humored person. I know, Court. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
actually, that came up the other night because it was like this Randall's, it's like the week between when Randall's baby was born and when it died. So I should have checked on him today, and I'm an asshole. Yeah, you have to find whatever you fucking can to cope with your fucking trauma, and nobody has any right to tell you that that's wrong. And if you're offended by somebody else, you can just not listen to them. You just walk away. You stay. I don't want to talk to you. And let them do that. By the way, if you're over on TikTok,
Come on over.
Come over to YouTube.
99 people.
And Facebook. By the way, we are on all of the socials. This is a live interactive podcast, 5 nights a week. I'm Stacey. It's Doug.
I'm done.
We're married, but we do not hate each other.
Not
we
today.
have this amazing group of people that come night after night. We call them the master haters. They're probably sick of hearing me say this because I say it like, I don't know,
All
5
the
times
time.
a show. But here we are. And so Taylor is not a master hater as of yet. This is her first time. We're popping her cherry, but we're being, well, not very gentle about it at all.
Sorry, Taylor.
Do you think we're being gentle?
No, we haven't been gentle with giant poop ball pussy stories. It's yeah, I'm sorry.
It's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Taylor says anyone can make jokes. It's okay. See, it's a perfect example. We pull your comments up on the screen. You come a couple of times. Like the first time you come, everybody's like, oh, welcome. But they're kind of like, are they really one of us? Are they really one of us? When you come back,
Yeah.
the second time, they're like, oh my God, you're back. And the third time,
well,
they're
Jess
like,
did that.
yeah.
Jess did that the first night, and
Yeah.
and then she came back. But then we had another local guy that
Yeah.
came and had a ball.
So
and
he's given us a bunch of likes though.
Okay, yeah.
He
but
has given us
might
likes,
be,
and we
he
had
might be
another
watching
new
the
guy tonight.
reruns.
So
that's
it's
good.
it's kind of like a weird little thing because like we have such a great time together and we're like a family, but it's not for everybody, and that's okay.
Well, you gotta have a thick skin, I think, in some way, shape, or form.
Well, you can't take life too seriously, and
Yeah,
that's really. I mean, you can't be like we don't want to be around negative or judgmental people, right? So if you're with no sense of humor and no compassion for others, so that. We tend to weed out like people pretty aggressively
well,
with that filter.
it's
because
funny. It's a lot like when I started dating you. Like
Yeah.
she was saying some stuff, whatever. So I said, hey, because she didn't want to go for drinks, and I said, hey, how about we hop the fence, play naked twister on the 50-yard line of Gillette Stadium?
And I said that's more my speed.
And that's more. And so I'm thinking like either this is going to scare her away, or she's worthy of something more than drinks. So
Something more than drinks. He was
Yeah.
broke.
I wasn't broke, but I was, I wasn't like.
You were. Would you like me to refer back to your finances at the time? He was getting screwed.
Yeah.
The family court system
left
is
and
not
right.
kind to men.
But that's all right. all
And
good
then
Still broke though.
we have each other, and we have the time of our lives, and we are winning the lottery tonight.
Had the time of our lives. Oh, we already did that on the show once.
Yeah, but when you sing, it's better. Like when I sing, people are like, ooh. So anyway, if you're over on TikTok, go to Facebook or YouTube.
Don't be in
and join the
TikTok jail.
conversation.
Come
Sorry,
on over.
Twitter. If you're in
Twitter.
Twitter, we're in TikTok jail. We never even bother with
We're not
TikTok
coming
anymore.
out.
So we would love for you to go over to other socials. We follow back. So if you follow us on a social, we follow you back. Our socials are all on the bottom of the screen there. And as you can tell, this is not a podcast
For pretty much everyone.
well-respected people. It's only for fucked up motherfuckers.
Yeah.
So bye.
And Taylor
Um,
says,
Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina. Our old house was in Halifax, North Kakalaki.
North
I hear
Carolina
good
is a
things.
very popular place these days.
I hear things. And I hear that the barbecue is no joke.
Oh,
I need to
yeah,
have some like
Carolina
legit
barbecue.
barbecue.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this: Hookah Bob is going to lose his fucking shit if he doesn't find some decent barbecue. Because
Yeah,
he thinks
yeah,
he
yeah.
has to do all the smoking himself, and he very well may be right.
Yeah.
Cindy says, "I'll talk your ears off when we get talking about social media and marketing. My husband gets annoyed with it, and I get talking about it. It
Yeah,
excites me."
I get into that stuff. I don't know the social media aspect as well as you guys, but we're learning stuff every day.
We're learning. And listen, we can both learn, or Doug can play with your husband and distract him.
I'm not playing with his crusty nuts.
Well, he does have crusty nuts.
That's what I hear.
You should get him some
Some
cream.
ointment.
You know what I would do?
Some spray.
This is what I would do. I would get some cocoa butter, the organic cocoa butter in the tub from Costco, or not Costco, from Amazon, organic. Peel the lid. Make sure you get all of the metal off. Put it in the microwave in slow increments.
Just dunk them in there like a
dunk his
tea bag.
testicles right in there.
Mm.
And you don't.
Well,
they don't like.
we don't
warm.
know if they're crusty.
They don't like warm, so you don't want them to be too warm. But also, it's like maybe a little birth control for you. And if you really don't like them, you just scorch them in the balls, and that would be bad.
Scorch them in the balls.
And
Is that like the opposite of?
I'll probably end up in prison for
Alright, never
joking
mind.
about it. Scorching in the balls.
Remember grab them by the pussy, scorching by the
Maybe,
balls.
yeah, it's maybe the same
it's
thing.
about the same.
Tell me about your balls. You said they hurt earlier today. Are they
Oh
better now?
yeah, they're better now. Yeah,
You ready to check 'em?
They're all good. They're all
Do you
good.
want me to check them?
No,
Do you want me to check
you're
anything
not.
else?
What? My butthole?
Yeah.
No, thank you.
That's no fun. And Taylor says, I'm gonna follow y'all up there. Thank you, girl. And or she meant going somewhere. I'm really high. The week just kicked.
No,
Sorry.
I think she.
I take medical marijuana every night, and it just kicked in. Cindy says he doesn't really have crusty nuts. It's a military thing.
All right. Well, she was just trying to help Cindy with his crusty nuts.
It might help with chapping, and it's nice to have your husband's balls smell like cocoa butter, because I'm just saying it's a good smell.
It's like going to the beach.
Anne says North Carolina barbecue is very different than what I was ever used to. It took me time to adjust to the taste.
Well, they get the mustard-based sauces.
That's
I like it. I like that stuff.
I
like it all.
Listen,
you kidding? It's meat
I'm just happy
and
to
sauce.
I'm just happy not having
Good.
to cook. I love cooking. If I could do the standing, I would cook. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, you would.
I would love to cook. I would
what
love
if we
to
just
be
put
like,
a sex swing or something in there? You just hang there and like, and then if I wanted to come up behind,
Can I tell you what I would do? This is so stupid.
What would you do?
If I were like, because I get overwhelmed by making a huge grocery list.
Yes.
Like by like 7 days or whatever. What I would do is every night I would plan the meals for the next day, and I would do a Whole Foods order
and have a DoorDash
and have it delivered, and then I would make the food, and you would have like, we would eat charcuterie till our fucking heads exploded. I would just charcuterie everything up, and you know what I would do? I would keep the fucking food processor out, so I could just be like floop, 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 and cut things. And also I would have a clean kitchen. And also, I would keep it so clean all the time. And I would love a house with a pantry. And one day I'm going to get healthy and I'm going to have all those things. But I'm going to have a chef. And so it's not going to matter. But you know what? I'll do the cooking for when we go camping, because we'll have an RV.
Oh, okay. There you go.
And what do we have?
It's just the last one. We got
Anne said the one I had was vinegar based.
Yeah,
it was
vinegar is
so different.
Vinegar based sauce. Yeah, it's good.
I've had them all. I've had them all.
It's good. It's so good. I love vinegar anyways. I put vinegar on French fries and I douse them in the vinegar.
Oh, you never took your bath today?
No.
Did you get yourself apple cider vinegar?
Forgot. She wanted, because I'm peeling from my sunburn. She wanted me to.
Well, oh god, it was so funny because I have like swimsuits just like laying around. The house is a mess right now, and
we're all peeling.
So much going on.
Crazy.
We're both peeling like crazy, and I had used the brush on Doug, and of course he's been brushing himself off. And I left my swimsuit on the bathroom counter, and I went to pick it up, and it was covered in skin. I was like, oh well, that's appealing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, well.
So we have our hashtags, but I do have a story that I've been talking about telling for a while, and
is it embarrassing to me?
No.
All right then.
No. Well, I mean, other than the fact that I'm your wife. That's
that's
okay,
everybody knows that.
When I was this is a single Stacy story that we came across one night. Hookah Bob says I don't usually use sauce. I just smoke it.
I want to try some of Hookah Bob's,
you smoke it and you use the sauce. You smoke it and you use the sauce.
Well, real barbecue is like it's not lathered in sauce. Real barbecue, but you know, I like to I get brisket or whatever, I dip it in.
Sauce,
yeah, I don't
do
like
whatever you want.
Even pasta. I don't like my sauce on my pasta. I'll put it on myself. Thank you.
We have weird food things. Okay, so here is my weird story. Okay, so back before I met Doug, like a year before I met Doug,
the way back,
I was dating. And so I went on a date one day, and I had a very strange connection to this man. I have to tell you the story. So one of the times when I was removed from my mom's house, I was sent to live with my aunt Marsha and my uncle Tom. Very nice people. And they had, you know, I was like they just took me everywhere with their kids. I lived with them for like, I don't know, it was like maybe a year and a half. And because they didn't want to pull me out in the middle of the school year. And so
I just figured out the story you're telling.
Yeah. And so they would, like if they went to a barbecue or whatever, I would go with them, like with their kids. And so there was this one house we went to, and I was like, I don't know, I think I was like 11 at the time, and I was like dancing.
But she was a hot 11-year-old.
Well,
I can't even say that.
I was, but no, I was super awkward still at that point. I think it was like the next summer that it was like,
wait for that 12.
And then, so anyway, I went to, you sound like the biggest creep. He's not. So anyway, I go to these people's house, and it's like a husband and wife, and they have a couple of little kids, and they're super nice. And the guy works with my uncle, and, but they were all dancing, and they were talking about dancing, and I didn't know how, and he showed me how to dance. Like
who? The guy,
my uncle's colleague, the dad. So fast forward. So he's teaching me how to dance like that, in, out, and twirl and all that stuff. And it was so sweet. It was one of my fondest memories. And so years later, I go on a date, and it's that fucking guy. It was that guy. It was that guy. And so, you know, I was like, oh, you know, and I'm like, oh, what do you do? And blah, blah, blah. And he was telling me, and, you know, I said, oh, I have an uncle that he's like, oh yeah, I worked with him at, you know, whatever company. And so I was like, oh, and then he was telling me, like, I'm like, oh, so you know, where you from? Like, blah, blah, blah. And I realized
putting two and two together.
Who this is. And like, and I was totally fine. Like, cause I have like my childhood issues. So like, you know, like the guy that danced with me as a kid, like now I'm like all like perved out with or whatever. But he was like a raging alcoholic and super depressed about his marriage. So felt bad for him. But it was clear that he spent a lot of time in this dark. He had me meet him at like this dark bar in Milford, and where he was clearly a regular, and that wasn't really a date. And,
you know what? I think you probably should have been a little bit more protective of yourself walking into dark bars for depressed.
Well,
strangers.
I didn't know what it was, but I had one drink and I left. I was like, okay, well, I gotta get home. Bye. And so. I can only imagine like the things that my family hears like second and third hand about me. Oh, she was at this bar.
She was at this dark bar.
Whatever. I know at one point, one of my kids said something to somebody, and the rumor was that I'm going to bars.
You're going to bars.
Well, I would go to BBC for trivia night.
Yeah, you went to trivia.
I would go to BBC, which was a restaurant. It wasn't a bar. And I even like if I had a beer.
And it's British. British people don't do perfect things.
If I had a beer a week, it would be a lot. Like I don't drink, but like, you know, when you're dating, like people order drinks.
Oh, like, when I was dating, I couldn't believe the amount of alcohol people drank.
Well, people need alcohol to be like socially. Yeah,
not
like,
me.
No, we don't. We're just like fucked up.
We're social.
And
just the cities there, yeah.
I think most people are afraid that they're going to judge them. Cindy says we need to get together and hookah smoking the meat. Love smoked meats. Well, I don't know if hookah wants to bring his meat all the way down here, but I would his smoker all the way down here. But I'm fucking down for that.
Yeah.
Actually, hookah, do you guys want to come down on Sunday? We'll have a party.
We're going to the Fork.
Impromptu birthday party for Stacey. I'm sure Uncle Paulie would come down here if we asked him to.
That's true.
We could literally have an impromptu birthday party for me. It's like,
you could sit, yeah.
Suddenly we're having a party.
Who are you?
How weird would that be? How weird would that be if all of a sudden we're having a party?
That would be amazing.
Even
based on your history of birthdays and how you get depressed and everything.
Well, my daughter left home 2 days before my birthday. Yay.
Yeah, that's not.
The twins did it 2 weeks before my birthday. Last time I had my birthday with my dad, he was 2 hours late and told me how he was helping the neighbor's daughter, who was like a daughter to him. I haven't had good birthdays. Yeah, no, it's not good. But if we had a party, if it was Hookah Bob and company, and we get the Rhythm Minion to come. We just invite them to come down and hang out. And then Cindy and her family and Pasito.
Cindy's going to SeaWorld.
John would come.
Well, not available.
Fine. We won't celebrate my birthday.
No, maybe. I'm sorry, Cindy, if my wife has an inconvenience birthday for you and your SeaWorld.
I don't love SeaWorld just because they've got some really bad animal treatment history. And Hookah Bob says maybe. Well, we were also talking about meeting up at Twisted Fork with Uncle Paulie, because that's where they do the countdown. They have live music, and it's the Harley dealership. I think you may need a Black Widow Harley Davidson T-shirt.
Yeah, you might need one.
And you got to get is it a sticker they give them, or like if they go to the Harley dealerships, they get different things.
Probably a patch of some sort.
It's really a brilliant thing. Like the Jeep dealerships should do it, because basically, if you go to a Harley dealership, you get something that people collect. I can't remember if it's a badge or whatever it is, but people collect them. And so, if they did that at Jeep dealerships, you'd get people in the door, or if you did a Jeep parts place, but you'd have to, like, why are people not doing that?
Well, we shouldn't talk because maybe someone will be watching and blah, 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 blah.
And blah, blah, blah? What does that even mean?
Well, I'm just saying, because we're giving away ideas.
We're not gatekeeping. We want to help people.
Yeah, but we don't want to help Jeep, right? They have enough money. I don't have a problem
with helping Jeep.
What did Jeep ever do for us?
What if somebody else watching this takes that idea and does something with it? I'm happy for that. Cindy says, if my son wasn't down visiting, I'd be on board. But yeah, I got to do family time.
Maybe
Absolutely.
If you didn't have a son, then you would be free for us, Cindy.
Her son is visiting for the summer. Like, she needs to spend time with him.
And he's got to see a goddamn whale with a floppy fin.
something like that.
I think he needs to come down and meet Hookah Bob. That's what he needs to do.
We
some
can't
edibles.
behave occasionally, and I would invite the neighbors' kids. And then Hookah Bob says poker chip, and yeah, that's what they give them as a poker chip. So there you go. You can get your poker chip.
All
And
right.
what happens if you get a lot of them? Can you get money?
No.
Like if you get enough, do you get a free Harley?
No,
Those things are
actually,
fucking expensive.
they put him in like a little tin can within the Harley to make it even louder.
Oh, okay.
I don't understand loud motorcycles.
I can't believe it's
don't
not-
understand them.
It's only 9. It feels like it's like 2 a.m.
Well, it's already turned dark since we started talking. What are our hashtags? Give us some hashtags.
Oh, that's what I'm pulling up. You actually gave a hashtag.
I did.
Hashtag
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen.
There are 2 Josh
Quarterback
Allens.
for the Buffalo Bills.
No,
Go Bills.
no. You might say. You would think that's the Josh Allen I'd
No?
be talking about,
Who?
being a Bills fan. Josh Allen from the Jacksonville Jaguars, as some people say. His name is Josh Allen. He's changing it to
The Jags.
Josh Hines Allen, like hyphenated or
Because
something.
he doesn't want to get confused with
Um,
Josh Allen, the greatest.
The greatest man alive, basically, ever.
I beg to differ. But you know, if he
Okay.
came over and laid
Anyways,
the pipe
that-
like you did,
yeah.
he could probably do it more than twice.
What?
You can do it again today.
Probably, yeah.
Let's see. Let's see what 58's got to offer. So you're gonna that would be your number if you played in the NFL. It would be 58.
Would be 5'8" until
And
I'm
you'd be on the
5'9".
bench. You would be on the bench. I'm sorry, honey. Although he has a really good arm, it's actually super hot when he throws a football. I don't know why. We have comments. We are in Cape Coral, Florida, and
So this is where are you guys from?
where are you guys from? I thought y'all were around here until you talked about North Carolina barbecue. Cindy, she's laughing at
Yeah.
us. Cindy said we are in Cape Coral, Florida.
And
Yeah,
for some reason, I don't know how Cindy found us. Probably through the Cape Coral page.
yeah, the Jeep group.
The Jeep. Okay, and so yeah, there's a few people from Cape Coral that watch us, and others are strewn about.
We
Courtney's
have a
from
lot of
Missouri.
lurkers.
Hookah Bob's from up north in
I
Florida.
mean, like, what if 12 people
We're from
talk
Boston
tonight?
originally.
Yeah, we're from
until 2.5 years
we're
ago.
from Massachusetts, and a lot of our friends are from Massachusetts. So Anne lives on the South Shore of Massachusetts still, as does our friend Tracy, who I need to check on.
Tracy does not live in Massachusetts. She lives
No, in
in
Georgia. They moved to Georgia.
Spare Tire, Georgia.
She was here, but I think you've used that one before.
Spare Tire, Georgia? No, I've never used that before.
I believe you have.
No.
Here's the problem with me getting high. I forget why I saved hashtags.
Oh, read them out. See if we can figure it out. It'll
Okay,
be like
Real Housewives
it'll be
of New
like
Jersey is trending.
Nobody wants to watch that crap.
So Bravo just had like their BravoCon. I don't really know what that
BravoCon.
is, but like it's like
Remind me to go to SeaWorld with Cindy and the next
It's
time
like
Bravo
well, this is my thing. Wasn't Bravo like originally like dramatic movies? Like, isn't that how
I
it
don't
started?
know what it was.
I believe
don't know.
Bravo was originally dramatic movies, and then they added every reality show on the planet. Like 24 hours a day, it's like Housewives or like back in the day, Bravo was a drama and documentary network. And
Okay,
now
it might
it's
be, yeah, maybe. That was
Housewives
just Housewives
and
Network.
and Below Deck and all of
Yeah,
this
yeah.
crazy and Vanderpump and Shaws of Sunset and just all kinds of craziness. By the way, yeah, but a lot of these networks are doing this, but Bravo specifically, like, how did that evolve? And I watched. I'm caught up to date on Real Housewives in New Jersey right now, and of course I want to talk about. So there's BravoCon. So there's this woman Teresa who went to jail for fraud. She got involved with this guy Louis Morellis. I actually have met him. I know his brother quite well, and they were at BravoCon, and supposedly someone he got into a confrontation with had a miscarriage, so they're basically blaming him for this
Ooh.
woman's miscarriage. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't know what happened, but I don't think you blame someone for someone else's miscarriage. Like, that's just not cool. Is it cool to yell at a pregnant woman or have a confrontation with a pregnant woman? No, it's not cool to do that to anyone. But you like blaming someone for the death of a child. Yeah, we don't do that. That's some fucking heavy shit, and I don't think anybody should live with that unless there's like legitimately like, you know, someone intentionally did something. Well, that's a whole other story. Then we should, I don't know, send them to the glue factory.
I just withheld a
what?
comment because I felt it was in bad taste. I just want you to know that I'm
One of
having
us-
restraint.
One of us has to do
Okay,
it.
I'm gonna have restraint.
One
I'll
of
tell
us
you
has
about
to
it
do
later.
it. Okay. So apparently, so the Housewives. So I'm trying to finish up Housewives of Atlanta. I'm on the final, like, almost caught up season, and I'm trying to finish it. I'm just like, oh, I don't have interest in half these people. Like, I'm
They're like
interested.
new people.
I don't want to learn the new people at this point. I've learned too many new people. I want fucking Nene. I want Candy.
Right.
I want Phaedra back.
Phaedra.
I want Kim Zolciak back.
Yeah.
I want the
and
OGs.
even Horsey Face, whatever her name is.
Sheree.
Yeah.
Yeah, he calls her Horsey Face.
I don't know why.
That was a burrowing owl, by the way. They're endangered species. We have about 30 of them on our street, and look them up. They're really cute. They're like this little bit.
It's funny. They have a little hole in people's yards with like a little stick, and they sit up on the stick. But when it gets super hot, they go and hide in the shade
under people's cars,
under
their house. But they'll be fucking vicious.
Yeah.
And they so it's usually mommy and a daddy in the hole, and then they have usually 3 babies every year. And then I don't know, the babies must leave home at some point, but they're still at home.
Pretty adorable.
They're super cute. When you see them when they're brandy new and they're all fur balls, they're so cute. But the parents are like crazy protective, as they should be, and they're a protected species, so which is nice. Okay, so we have comments.
Heather Phillips just
hey girl, hey friends. So Heather,
she's a Midwestern.
You have to hear this story. So we met Heather at Sanibel Beach. So while the boys were here last week, of course, where were we?
Go to the beach.
We get to the beach, and there's like 10 boats in the water, and fire trucks and helicopters and planes and the whole Michigas. There's something making a shitload of noise.
That's an owl.
Do you hear the other one?
No. Tell the story. I'll listen for it.
That one.
There was some kid from the soccer field
down there.
Yeah. Go ahead. Tell the thing. Oh, I heard it. I don't know what that is.
Okay, so what was I talking about? BravoCon.
No, you were talking about the kid drowning at Sanibel.
Oh, so we get there, and they had 2 swimmers they rescued. One swam to shore, 2 that they were able to rescue, and then 1 that they couldn't find. But at that point, we didn't know that. I talked to the officer, and they were like, "Oh, we pulled 2 kids, and there might be a 4th. We don't know." And so I was like, "Oh, the kid probably went home. Like, people overreact to everything." So we went swimming. No. We went swimming where we met you, and unfortunately, they just like the other day, it was a young person.
She said she had heard about it.
We were just there.
It was weird, that inlet there where the jetty is. It was like a diagram of a cross of a, what do they call it? Riptide.
Yeah,
because it was just going out.
Yeah, so and like the thing is, it was funny because my first thought was that it would be a tourist because they wouldn't think about the strength of the ocean, but it was a local. So it just goes to show that you just don't realize how aggressive those riptides are. I got pulled out to sea 2 miles one night, drunk off my fucking ass in the 90s. It's a miracle I'm alive. Actually, we should have my friend Donovan on the podcast sometime. He could tell you some stories about me. I bet and Heather says, weren't they on the other side of the bridge? Yeah, they were.
It was on the other side. Yeah. But you have some other ones.
Oh, sorry. They were on the other side of the jetty. So they were on the other side, and they were trying to go to the sandbar, and instead of getting out of the water, they went through that current, and the current you're young. You think you're going to be okay. The poor kids.
So you got to start back up with Ian after
158 was a number I wanted to play, and I didn't. It came out, but not that order. Play it. Well, I don't know how you would play that. Like, how?
I don't know.
Because it's 7 numbers or 6 numbers, and they're under, I think, 65 or whatever. We usually just do a quick pick. Although I do have one number that I keep saying we should play. Cindy says, no, actually, I actually went back in, Stacy, and I have been chatting for 2 years before the podcast thing. I actually watched the first podcast. I didn't know that. Yeah. How did I not give you master hater status out the gate? That's craziness. And how did I miss that comment? And she said, blind pass beach. Yep. And then she said, that's just awful. May peace be with the family.
For sure.
Yeah. It's just, oh God. Like the last thing you want is to have something happen to a young person.
I was thinking about it today. It was terrible.
I feel awful. I can't even imagine. And you know what? Like, there's just like certain things in life like that you can't understand unless you've been through them, I think. And I don't think anybody should have to experience that. And I think that I applaud people who are open about losing a child because it helps them to process it. And it also helps other people that have gone through the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, we've talked about so many people here that have been through that. Yeah. I can't even imagine.
It's craziness.
And, like a 17-year-old, like you're like, that's a time in their life where it's just such a difficult time. Like you never know. Like it could have been that morning that like the mom yelled at the kid for leaving their room.
Well, you don't know.
Year,
and the thing I was thinking today was like, oh, last Monday that kid was doing his thing, hanging out, whatever,
enjoying his
summer
vacation.
Got up to go to the beach on Tuesday and never came home. Like it was just so
going to the beach with his friends in Sanibel. Thought they'd see some fucking dolphins. Yeah. Like, are you kidding me? Ugh, terrible. So yeah, keep them in your thoughts. And then and Heather says never underestimate the power of the water. Yep. And Doug actually went in the water finally, but he stayed shallow. And Cindy says, yep, go back on our Facebook chats. When we started talking about my health back when I first broke my foot, I remember that. Sorry, my memory is so bad. I have lesions all over my brain. And she says, I don't know how we connected, but that's where it all started. I think we started talking in the Jeep. We became friends because of the Jeep group.
And then,
or through the Facebook group, but it was because we had Jeeps, and then it went from there. Somebody is grilling, and it smells so good.
It does smell good.
Because can I tell you something? Yeah. I know that we talked about having steak for dinner.
Yeah.
Right now, I would like give my right tit for that fucking steak. You know which one I'm talking about?
Oh,
can I just tell you guys?
The steak, yeah.
Can I just tell you guys? I'm going to just tell you something right now. If you're going to go somewhere on your summer break, oh God, it smells so good. Charcoal.
It does smell good.
I don't know if it's burgers or steak. I wish I had lots of money right now because I would
smells like carne asada.
It smells so good. And Cindy says, did you ever meet your new neighbors? No, not exactly. I said hello across 2 lawns, and I think I've already horrified them, so we'll see. But
I don't wear underwear and I don't have a bra.
Everybody knows about me. It's all over the fucking internet. So we so podcast steak. We were in Bridgeton, Maine. Bridgeton, Maine, amazing. It's like 1965. You may even run into Stephen King. It's amazing. It's the cutest little place ever. A lot of places don't take plastic, so bring your card. And there's the Songo River Queen. There's the seaplane.
They don't know what the Songo River
the Magic
Queen is.
Lantern. There's so many amazing things to do. Go there. But we went to the farmer's market on a Saturday. This was in early June.
Early June.
So in early June next year, plan your trip.
Yeah,
we should all go. Yeah, we should all go. They sell this clover, this butter made from Highland cows that have been eating this clover that only goes at that time of year, and they make this butter. 3 of us ate an entire pound of that butter in a single sitting.
And then we had to go out and get more Ritz crackers just to drag across the butter.
We were eating butter on everything that we could find.
It was so good. It was
craziness.
But then,
and then the steak
from the Highland cow was unbelievable.
I mean, how savage is it? We're going to make the butter. We're going to feed you the flowers, and we're going to make the butter, and then we're going to kill you and eat you. This steak was this fucking thick. It was like $80.
It was crazy good. I have photos of it.
I didn't even realize because I paid with
a video of it being cooked.
That's the fucking problem with paying with a credit card at the farmer's market. That shit'll sneak up on you. So we buy this steak.
But it fed 3 people. The most amazing steak we've ever had.
And the one thing I was super excited about that was the worst was the fucking blueberry pie. The blueberry pie was a total disappointment.
Yeah.
But so we get this steak and they cook it over charcoal. They cover it in that butter. I mean, they cover it in that butter. Cook it over charcoal.
I have video of it. I could share it.
It was so good.
I remember the date.
Steak.
What?
I think about that steak at least once a week.
I think about the butter and the steak, and
I think about that food at least once a week. And by the way, we've had a lot of really fun adventures with our pal Zach.
We really have.
I gotta tell you guys, like with all the stuff with my kids, like I would never have made it through all of that if it wasn't for Zach. Zach was like my daughter's best friend, became a part of the family, and he just never left. And so he is still one of my favorite people on the planet. I would not be alive if it weren't for this little fucker. And he's like 23 years old and he's one of my closest friends. How does that even happen? I don't know, but I do love him, and he has astounded me repeatedly with the amazing things that he's done and continues to do. Proud of you. And Heather's laughing and she says, that sounds amazing. I know, right?
I don't know if you can see that very well, but that is a picture of that steak being cooked on the grill.
Oh, it's like kind of smoky, but that's it. That is the entire surface of a Weber grill.
Of like a little mini grill. Yeah.
It was so
good. Video of it.
And Heather says, OMG. Yeah. It was so good. And the other thing is, so Doug is like super weird about being naked. Like, so we have an ensuite, like our and our literally it is 2 steps from our bed on Doug's side into the bathroom. Like he could literally take 2 steps and piss at any time he wanted to.
Just so you know, that's the butter, right? I have photos of the butter.
The butter is so beautiful. Can I see the butter? Want to see the butter?
Look at the butter. Look at that in a wax paper. Look at that. Look at that. It's like it just you could.
Did we soften it? Oh,
No.
It looks like we softened it over an open flame.
No, we didn't.
No.
No.
Okay. That sounds like something we would do.
That's the butter right there. There's a whole pound of it. Look at that. Look at the dense color.
The whole fucking thing. What was I talking about?
It's the cooked steak.
It was
Wait,
so
I'm
good.
trying to find the raw steak.
I actually should call Zach right now and be like, "What is the best steak you've ever had in your life?"
Hang
Hang on.
Wait, I have the video of the steak. Watch. Slow motion opening the grill. Everything, the smoke escaping. It's fantastic. All right, here's Zach.
Hang on. I don't know if he's going to answer.
I hope he answers.
He might be asleep.
There's the uncooked steak.
So good. How dare he have a life? I want to talk about the steak. Do you guys call your friends to talk to them about a steak that you ate 4 years ago?
Hello?
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I waking you up?
No.
Oh, okay. I just
You're live on the podcast.
Yeah, you're
by
live
the
on the
way.
podcast. I just have a question for you.
Okay.
What is the best steak you've ever eaten in your life?
The best steak I've ever eaten? Well, probably the legitimate best steak was when we were camping in Maine.
Yes, we were just talking about it on the podcast.
Cool. But, however, the most satisfying steak I've ever eaten is probably at 2 a.m. when I was working for the lighting company and the catering buffet was going to throw away some steak, and I had a fillet that was lukewarm, and I was so hungry that I ate it in the corner in shame.
Yeah, but we didn't ask that question. We just asked what the best.
I'm
was.
sorry. You just ruined my story about the best steak ever.
Oh, I mean, the best steak I've ever eaten was in Maine near 3 Mile Lake, and we got it from this lovely person at a farmer's market who raised it.
You're telling my story. I just told it all over again. Do you have anything to tell America that I haven't already told them?
Jesus loves you.
Jesus loves you.
Yes, I know because Ecclesiastes tells me so.
Oh, sure.
Love. Oh, and I just said really nice things about you, so you should probably watch tonight's episode. Bye.
Live on air. Goodbye.
And there you have it.
That's
the best steak
best one
that ever
ever.
lived.
Hookah Bob says that makes me hungry, and Heather says meaty. And there's a vegetarian at home right now
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
tuning out. Heather, why am I not surprised about pics of butter from Doug? No, dude, like seriously,
It was that good.
We love.
Like I'm surprised we
food.
didn't have video of us eating the butter because
Heather says obviously that steak changed your life. It
go figure.
did.
Oh
It
my
will,
goodness.
that steak will change your life. Seriously, if this podcast blows up, we're gonna do a trip to Bridgeton next year where we rent like a campground.
All I'm saying is that
and
we
we
got to
get all
go
of our
up next
friends to
year.
come and we make those on charcoal.
We're going up next year for Nolan's graduation, which is around the end of May.
We could go up.
We could go
Oh my god.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, also,
Why are you looking?
there's something floating in the pool that looks like a worm.
It looks like a.
It's gonna get you.
It is a hair from
I don't have hair.
a person.
A leaf, you mean?
No, it's a hair from your locks.
How is it a hair from my
I
locks?
don't know. You're the one losing the hair.
What do you mean it's a hair from my
It's
locks?
hair. It's a long hair. It's not my hair.
It's a single long hair. It's not mine. It's probably from when we had company. You sure it's not a leaf or a root?
No, it's. Oh.
Is it a dreadlock?
No, it's just a single strand of hair.
Okay, well I don't
It's
have.
about that long.
I don't have a single strand.
And now I'm floating around the pool for no reason.
Oh Lord. Hookah Bob says he would be a very good witness in court.
No,
he gives
he would
more
not.
information than you asked
right.
for. Oh, you don't even know. Wait till you meet Zach. He's amazing, but he's a fucking character and a half. So, this is my story. So Doug is afraid to leave, doesn't in our ensuite bedroom, doesn't go, takes his underwear into the bathroom with him, closes his door, takes a shower, puts his underwear on.
Yeah.
Now he never did this before. He just started walking to the sauna naked and back from the sauna. No, sorry, walking back from the sauna naked, not to the sauna naked. He's all sweaty. But when we were in Maine, there was an outdoor shower with no walls on it.
You got
And
to love
this
the outdoor
Aaron-
shower.
this Airbnb was on someone's property, and Doug is out there,
Shit.
stark raving naked. And then we
Nothing better than taking an outdoor shower. It's so good.
Then we watched a snapping turtle lay eggs.
I have video of that too.
It was really cool.
It was awesome.
And so there we have it.
You
So
know how I like
the other
turtles.
hashtags were
Hashtaggy.
Xbox Game Pass. I guess the price of the Xbox Game Pass has gone up. Does anybody play? Like, what do you get for that?
I don't know what it is. You play something. I don't know.
So if it was a Game Pass and you had to play as many games as you want, like
Yeah,
a
that would
membership,
be
like a
good. I
Netflix,
think
that
that might
would
be
be so
what it is.
cool. I don't know if be the first to play new games from day one, plus enjoy hundreds of high quality games with friends on console, PC, and cloud. With games added for time, there's always something new to play. So it does have games. They even have cricket. I swear to God, you're gonna flip over. They have Robin Hood, Steam World Dig 2.
Boring.
I don't. Okay. Well, I kind of wish that we had something like that for Nintendo because we're paying like $3.99 a month for
$4,
you to play Mario
which I
Kart with
gotta do.
Nolan, and you haven't been playing
Well,
Mario
he
Kart
beats me
with
all
Nolan.
the time.
So,
What's my incentive?
well, and he's busy playing Lords of Salem or whatever the fuck it's called.
Lords of Flatbush.
You're a Flatbush.
Do you know what that is?
No.
Was that movie pre-Happy Days starring Sylvester Stallone and Henry Winkler?
Please don't take offense to this, but if you don't like the guy, Doug kind of reminds me of Steve Martin looks wise. LOL, you were funny as fuck. You two are funny as fuck though. Okay, true story.
Oh, it was when Stacy was dating, and she dated a
Doug
guy.
has been told he looks like Matt Damon.
A bloated Matt Damon.
A bloated. I call him a bloated Matt Damon. George Clooney.
We were in Miami once at
Dexter,
dinner.
the guy that plays Dexter. What's his name? I want to call
Dexter.
him Michael Moore, but it's not.
Dexter. His name is fucking Dexter. He doesn't
Dexter.
have a real name. We were at this outdoor like restaurant in Miami, South Beach. People everywhere, right? Some guys walking by, and I've told the story before. And I just hear, that guy looks like George Clooney.
That dude looks just like George Clooney.
And I look and he's pointing at me, and we just died laughing. Now I don't think I look like George Clooney. I don't know.
He looks like Matt Damon. But people have also said that you look like other people. So people think that Doug looks like people is really what it comes down to. Nobody thinks Doug looks like people, but nobody thinks I look like people.
You remind me of several different people.
Who? Name one.
Punky Brewster.
Does anybody see that? And who else?
Susan Anton. Nobody knows who that is. I think she was married to Dudley Moore or something. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know who any of these people are. In any case.
But that's funny, Taylor. That's very funny.
Wait. Yeah. Oh, so Steve Martin. So when I was dating, I dated a guy who looked exactly like Steve Martin. On our second date, we watched The Jerk, and he was a jerk, and I never saw him again.
Oh, well, look at that.
Actually, it was really funny because he ghosted me, and I was like, we work in the same industry, like in the same industry.
Good.
Like, just be a fucking man and just be like, oh, I'm not interested in you. Like,
well, maybe he was. That's why he was a jerk.
He did, by the way.
Why was he a jerk?
And I signed his company. So.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Okay. Oreos is trending. Okay, so here is the problem. I don't know who people are that are famous. So if anybody can explain
That's right.
this
Yeah,
to
we didn't know
me.
half these people.
Sometimes it would be nice to have a younger voice on the pod. This lady, Angela Simmons,
is in a bathtub full of.
She's in a bathtub full of Oreos and eating fried Oreos because somebody was talking
Knickers
about
on in the bath with aristocrat behavior. Tasty.
Now I want
Or in
fried
the
Oreos.
comfort of one's home. However you fancy your Oreos, make sure it's
Okay, those fucking fried Oreos are making me feel tingly down below.
Oh.
The Jerk
Tingly.
is. By the way, I want to say The Jerk is one of my favorite movies ever. So
The Jerk is a fantastic
not-
movie
that's-
and has one of the greatest lines.
What I
of
am mad
all-
at it.
all
The
time.
funny thing is, we did a Marry Fuck Kill last week with Steve Martin, and I said kill Steve Martin because he's had so much plastic surgery. He looks.
No, he hasn't.
Yes,
No.
he has.
Show me before and after. He looks the same. Excuse me.
If you do not fucking know what Steve Martin looks like now, he looks fucking terrible.
He looks. Well, he's fucking old.
He's had too much work done.
He doesn't look like he's had too much work done. Other people.
No,
I would
telling you.
never say that about him.
Steve Martin.
I'm sure he's had some work done.
botched
botched
Surgery.
circumcision. Oh wait, surgery. Compared to some of these people. Oh, you know.
No, this is none of these are showing what I've seen that he looks terrible.
I don't know.
I mean,
think
look
I think
here.
he might
Look,
be,
look
no.
here. He looks like he's made of wax.
Well, he's a plastic and wax
But he looks
replica.
waxy.
You don't look waxy. Your hair smells like feet.
Shut the fuck up. Did Steve Martin get plastic surgery?
He doesn't look plasticky though. He doesn't look all like that, you know, like that stretched face kind of
This
thing.
is not the worst I've seen him. I've seen him look really bad. Were confirmed when rumors of Steve Martin's plastic surgery were confirmed.
Minor procedures, including facelift, Botox injections,
Oh, facelift. That's a minor
And-
procedure.
complete
Do
lipectomy.
you know how they do a face mask? They have to.
I
Like,
don't think
basically
he
cut
looks
your
bad.
face
I don't
off.
think he looks like some of these idiots.
No, I'm telling you, this
I-
isn't one of the bad pictures of him. He looks terrible.
Yeah, you know who does not look good?
Who?
Madonna.
Oh,
Not good.
Madonna's gonna lost her fucking mind.
And I love Madonna, but she has lost her mind, and I hope she gets the help that she needs because, yeah.
The
Oh
help
wait,
that she
Taylor
needs.
was thinking more like Cheaper by the Dozen. Do I know that movie? Oh yeah, that
Yeah,
was.
it
Oh,
was a
I'm
remake.
thinking Father of the Bride.
That's about where he is. Yeah, Father
Yeah.
of the Bride would do too. Not too far off of it, a period of time. I am so tired and falling asleep, but I was tired and falling asleep all day, and now I'm high too. Nikki Haley is trending. I don't remember.
Nikki Haley.
What did she
Nikki
do
Haley.
today? It was something that she did. What is that? Cheaper by the dozen? Yeah, I could totally see that. When I met him, he did not have this. Oh, apparently, Nikki Haley. So Nikki Haley was on. She's had a more positive reception than Trump or Biden for that matter, but she didn't make it
She didn't make it
through the primaries. So she came out in support of Trump, and she's been going around saying
after
that.
Trump called her a bird brain.
Listen, it's all a fugazi. But
People.
the thing that I thought was funny is she's going around telling everyone that a vote for Biden is a vote for Harris. A vote for Biden is a vote for Harris. A vote for Biden is a vote for Harris. And the funny thing is, Harris has the worst approval ratings, but he hasn't announced who his vice president is going to be. And like the way Trump and Pence ended, like it makes sense for him to have a different VP, obviously, right? But like, can you imagine like that conversation where they're like, okay, Biden's in the, okay, first of all, let's pretend Biden can form a sentence. Biden's, it's 9:00 in the morning and he's heavily medicated and they've got to pop it up his ass. Okay, but you've got to say to Kamala Harris,
she's queen of the queefs.
she'll steal your beef.
She'll steal
you
your
have to
beef.
say to Kamala Harris, I'm going to go with someone else for VP.
Yeah.
How is that going to go? Can we please, like, is that a conversation that you want to have?
Well, it's not up to her. up
It's
to
not,
him.
but I'm saying, like,
No,
that's a fucking awkward ass.
They're gonna keep that.
Somebody's been your vice president. You're going to, like, have a super awkward conversation with them where you're like, I'm running for re-election and you're not a part of it. Fuck you.
Yeah, that would be bad. I have to share the picture of that van that I saw that day.
You shared it before, but you can pull it up again if you want. But I don't like when you show things from your phone. It
No,
looks super
I'm
unprofessional.
going to transfer it and
You've already got it on your computer. The point is,
here it is.
I don't even know what is happening. It's like ridiculous at this point. And we live in a clown world, and I think it's time
Clown world.
that we and I definitely, I'm gonna vote how I'm gonna vote, and but I think that the whole thing is a fucking disaster, and I want to live on a hippie commune with you guys. So does anybody have any land and a bunch of money?
I was actually driving. It was a couple days after the election or whatever. They actually called the election about 5 minutes after I passed this guy, but this van had the best graffiti I'd ever seen. The Kamala of Harris is the queen of the queef. If you don't watch out, she'll snatch your beef. And then it says, I told you something. I don't know what the rest of it said.
I don't know.
But that is such a random thing, like to write about. Like I just didn't understand it, and so then, yeah, sure enough,
I'm here for it. Apparently, a reporter from TMZ stopped George Stephanopoulos.
Yeah,
and there was like a conversation about A very brief conversation about the presidency. Oh shit.
There it is.
Hey, how you doing? What do you think? Think Biden should sit down? You talked to him more than anybody else have lately, and you can be honest. You don't think he can serve 4 more years? All right.
I did hear very briefly. I heard today. I guess Biden was on what is that, the Morning Joe show or something?
Yeah.
Or whatever. And apparently, it was like, hey, if they're so goddamn smart, tell them to, and they want to replace me so goddamn bad. Bring somebody to the goddamn convention, and we'll talk it out. And I thought it was like kind of neat, like it was like you saw some gumption from the guy.
Maybe,
like,
but I think he should not. I don't believe he should have ever been in the position to run for office, much less.
I don't think he should have run when he did run.
I think he's just too fucking old. But that's beside the point. I have a lot of other issues with him. But my point was not even that. It's that, we had this kind of gotcha journalism.
Yes.
George Stephanopoulos is,
he got gotten.
Well, he didn't really get got. I mean, did he not know he was being recorded? Maybe, I don't know. But like, that's something like that happens, and it becomes frontline news. And the the news that you're seeing literally everywhere is Biden can't run, and it's not like it's one of the first times that I've agreed with the news. But I've been saying that for 4 years.
Maybe that's a fugazi.
Well, a lot of people think so. Actually, someone mentioned to me recently. I will not give them credit unless they would like to claim credit for this. That they believe that they actually are putting RFK in as a third-party candidate, as like a way to reinvigorate the Democratic Party, meaning to try to get people to vote for RFK and steal the party back.
I think more right wing would vote for RFK with his vaccine and his farmer.
It's actually really interesting that you should say that. Of the conservatives I knew, I would say about they were a third. A third believed that everyone should get vaccinated. But they didn't want to force it on people. A third believed that people should have the choice, and they may or may not have gotten vaccinated themselves. And then there was the third that thought no one should get vaccinated.
Oh, I definitely think that if there's some crazy fucking virus, that they should develop a vaccine for it. But I don't think anybody should be mandated to take it.
I think that I think that we're fucking with nature, and it's not cool, and I'm not down with vaccines.
I had a political epiphany moment.
What was that?
Day. Okay, so if the radical, like whoever fixed the last election,
yeah,
why are they even worried about Biden? Because if they're just going to fix the election again,
but that's the thing.
And then on the opposite side of that, if you know the election's fixed, why are you even running against them? Because they're just going to fix it again.
Well, I think that like what happens, there's layers to it, right? So I think that like the average person doesn't know shit. Then there's maybe people that have some inside connection, or there's people that think for themselves, and you've got people that have worked in the industry. Like there's layers, and then it's like there's a layer behind the president, and then there's a layer behind that, and there's a layer behind that, and all you have to do is follow the fucking money.
I think if they were truly fixing elections on the Democratic side, they wouldn't be shitting bricks about this poor debate.
I think they do fix elections. I think that both sides have probably done it. I'm not big enough on history that I could tell you that both sides haven't done it. So I'm going to say both sides have done it, because both sides usually do the same fucking thing, and they're always fucking doing this. The projecting.
Oh, look at who showed up.
Who we have?
Jess
is here from the cruise.
And
girl.
she's from the cruise using her $9.95 Wi-Fi per hour.
So Taylor Baker, I'm glad you checked them out. I'm glad awesome. Too. We love her.
We loved your little live video today. Stacey had very nice things to say about you.
I did. You should watch it.
Joan Rivers was the worst. Oh, about the plastic surgery, and of course she's saying hey back.
Hey girl.
That's awesome.
There's something going on over there.
Oh,
if they stopped making these viruses, we wouldn't need the vaccines. Well,
alleged
They just gave $167 million to Mercola to develop $167 million to Mercola to develop a bird flu vaccine that they will not be responsible for. It's a bird flu mRNA vaccine. They will not be responsible.
You have to keep the birds healthy.
That's true.
Oh wait, it's not about
But
that.
they will not be responsible for any negative impacts of. So meaning if you have
No,
a vaccine
just
injury,
like the last one
there's a vaccine court and the taxpayers pay
with
for
Judge
it.
Wapner.
And guess what? So the taxpayers are paying for them to make this, and then they're going to sell it back to us, and we're going to pay for it again.
It's a double whammy.
Yeah.
Jess says she has missed y'all. All
thank you
all
for
of
missing
us.
us.
Yeah. all
I
of
would
us.
just like to talk about how companies
And
like
thank you for referring Taylor.
companies like CVS were giving people like gift cards to get vaccinated.
Oh my God. Yeah. There was. Yeah. Anytime. Yeah.
That's
There's a
you
lot
know
going-
that there's some shit
and I'm
going
not
on.
saying that.
You know shit's going on behind the scenes when a company like CVS is like, yeah, here's a free $20 gift card for getting your vaccine.
You come in and we'll give you a gift card so that you can spend money at our store. I don't know. I don't like any of that, but I do think that
It just raises questions.
I do think that if there was a virus that came along that was truly threatening to wipe out half the planet, that science could be helpful here.
Well, it's
but
interesting
you've got
because
people, and people are greedy, and people always fuck things up.
Well,
They fucked up welfare. They fucked up. Name one thing that fucking greed has not fucked up.
So the thing that's interesting is there's a lot of people that are saying that. So there's been talk about bird flu for some time. Bird flu, and they're ramping it up. And there's always some sort of disease. Have you guys noticed that every couple of years there's a disease?
There is.
And so they've got the mRNA vaccine under development. This bird vaccine, and then and of course Dr. Phil apparently had on a bunch of guests that were preppers, and that the numbers are exploding because everyone thinks there's going to be an event this year, and like more lockdowns like we had dealt with before. And the interesting thing is that a lot of people think that it's going to happen just in time for an election, so that we have mail-in ballots
We'll
again.
find out. I mean, there's
We'll see.
so many of those things that people have
We
said,
need
"Oh,
to
this is
live
going to
in a
happen."
hippie commune together. I'm just saying. Let's just do it. Let's just do it.
Are y'all in the pool? Yes, I'm in the pool. Look, I can just go for a
I'm
little,
in.
little thing, and she comes back.
I got side boob.
Oh, look at that. That's
Sound effects.
nice. Now I have to come back. Yeah, it's
It's just me playing with
105
my
real
tits.
feel out here
103.
tonight.
103.
103.
But what we've learned is by the time we're like, because we've been in the pool, the water in the pool is like 90.
Yeah,
And it's not
it's
even
pretty
heated.
close to 90.
But by the time we go in the house, our body temperatures drop down so much, and our house is ice cold.
Yeah, the house is
So we
the house is
freeze.
73.
So we have to get in a hot shower.
So it says they're big chilling, and she says she's big chilling, Taylor, on that boat too. Yeah,
Yeah,
look at
girl.
them. We're all chilling.
We're afraid of cruises. Van Halen is trending. And
Okay.
I don't know why Van Halen is trending. I watched a bunch of videos on YouTube of like Van Halen playing, but I couldn't figure out why Van Halen was trending. But I was thinking, and I need to know, y'all, Van Halen or Van Hagar?
Although I hate David Lee Roth, I would have to say you got to
David
go
Lee
with
Roth.
that.
David Lee Roth was the ultimate front man. Like he was just
an ass clown though. He was
That's
just like,
why.
"Wah!"
That's
and I'm
why
like, no.
he was so the guy of that fucking time period. And he was so perfectly the guy of that time period. Don't you think?
No, I don't.
Who do you think the perfect guy of that time period?
of that time period was?
Just because, like,
The
I don't think he
perfect
was
guy.
great, but it was just like he was like that excess.
Well, he was
that
like
in
late.
your
He was like
face,
he was like 78 to 82, right? Is when.
But it was
they
like
were
the
big.
end of the 80s, like
Yeah.
the 80s, like, you know, excess and preppiness. And then it was like the beginning of like rock and roll. And
metal
he
and
was like
stuff.
part of that transition and like, and that whole like California vibe. And I don't know. I just thought he was like,
I just thought he was an ass clown.
he
that
might,
was
yeah, but he's iconic. He's an iconic
Yeah.
ass clown. There's not like
That's a good way to put
you
it.
You cannot think of that period of time and not think of David Lee Roth. The videos alone. Do you guys remember the videos?
His videos were fun.
Oh
Like,
my god, the videos were so much fun. Just
doctor says I have to take a
Hot for
laxative.
Teacher. So
then he went out and
so-
did his own thing, and his own thing just had ass clown without the good, like
yeah,
the
and
good,
he's
like,
done
playing
some
behind
things.
it.
He's done some things since, like he's on. I think is he on the radio or he's done some.
Oh, he
reality
tried to replace
shows?
like Howard Stern or something when Howard Stern went to Sirius,
Why can't we
and that
replace Howard-
failed.
We could totally replace Howard Stern, don't you think?
Howard Stern,
Dude, we would
you
be
know what?
so good at that.
Howard Stern has had careers that started probably like this, where he was like kind of shock jock, whatever. And now his interviews are unbelievable, and like he's got an opinion, and he's kind of become a little bit of the establishment, but he's just really good at what he does.
Well, go Stern. And I think that what we do is, I'd like to have guests, but I would need producers in order for us to have guests.
Well, if I could have the guests that Stern has, I could ask some good questions.
Oh wow, you just dissed our guests hard. I think we can
No,
have.
no,
But
no.
our
That's
guests,
what I mean. Like I would like when
our
you have like
problem is we don't have time to
we
prep
could
for
have
the
Steve
show.
Martin on and we could ask him about.
We
Steve
just don't
Martin
have
does.
time to prep for the show because of the way we do it. And I honestly, like, I like the way we do it. I like that it's like raw and
It is raw,
unscripted and like
unscripted.
real. But I'd love to hear what you guys think. Like, would you rather have us do it less and just do like a really well prepared show with like segments and like little signs and whatnot? I don't know. Our
Okay.
signal is really low, so I'm gonna shut my my phone off.
So why don't we start talking about our
Well, I
gratitudes
do
and
wanted
things
to
of that
make
nature?
sure I finish up the hashtag.
Oh, there. Put up Jess's comment. She's going live tomorrow at a random time, and don't know how for how long. So Jess will be going along on the virtual right.
She doesn't know how long either. Well, we'll try to catch it. And Courtney says I'll try to catch it too. So that's because
Yeah,
we're all
I
just
stumbled
here.
on it today, but I think you had just gone up.
We're
here.
all here supporting one another, and because that's what we're about. We blow up, you blow up. That's our
Maybe
goal.
they're already blown up, and we're just tagging along. like
Courtney's
idiots.
had a few videos with like 1 million hits. Like
Courtney's
she's
the
fucking
best.
killing it. Okay, so the other
Hashtaggers.
I hashtag Massachusetts, which is where we're from, because of a certain newspaper cover today that I thought that people would find to be interesting.
Okay. All right.
What is that? Is that a frog?
A frog? Where?
There was something under the chair. I thought it was.
She's high, folks. She's probably seeing things.
No, there's a lizard
Where?
right there.
Under that chair?
To the right of the little wheel, there's a little tiny lizard, like an itty bitty one,
Oh, okay.
I think.
Well, it
Or
doesn't
I-
make for a great podcast, but
Well,
we can let him be his.
so I'm going to
lizard
pull
self.
this up on the screen for you guys. We're from Massachusetts, and what the front page, not the best thing for the state of Massachusetts. Mass exodus. Fleeing residents make Commonwealth a revenue loss leader. State punching above its weight again, but not in a good way. Read Howie's measures Howie Carr. And people are leaving the state because it is exorbitant.
Crazy expensive.
No one can afford to live there anymore. Like, honestly, And listen, where we are now is like, I swear to God, there's a lizard there.
I think you're saying things.
No, there's a lizard.
Maybe.
Things there have just gotten so expensive. The taxes are
Yeah,
ridiculous, and then
housing, everything.
it's just getting crazy. And but house prices are still going up.
Yeah, they still are. Although I heard interest rates are starting to come down or about to start to come down. I saw that today.
Who knows? Hopefully we're on the road next year doing touring. That would be cool as shit. Tour.
Living off the land.
Do you want to go on a rock and roll tour?
Rock and roll, man. Yeah, sure. Why not?
The problem is they probably want you to play out more than just Saturdays and Sundays.
Yeah, I would have to.
Miss
You'd have to
Jack-
get a new husband.
You'd
for
have to
this
miss
podcast.
Jackbox. You'd have to miss Jackbox. Oh, maybe it would be the night we have guests. But it would be weird for you to have a show and not have me watch.
Yeah, that would be weird. Although I'd be doing the same show probably night after night. Like, oh, Jesus, perfect show again. Oh my goodness.
Maybe we could do it in the background or something. I don't know. We're just dreaming, y'all, and we love that you guys support our delusions. Courtney says, "I'm back from putting my 42 kids to bed." And
She lives in a
42. I don't even know what do you have, like a grade book for homeschooling? And then she has to get 2 grade books. That's too many. And she says, "Gotta head out, y'all."
See you,
And
Jess.
I'm going tomorrow at random time. Oh, we already heard that. And that Tracy says, "Hey peeps, I was mowing the grass and a ride on mower while I had some dryness and not blazing hot." Girl, I was thinking about you and I wanted to know how you're feeling. What are
Apparently
you
she's
doing?
feeling good enough to drive around a
Are you
riding mower.
overdoing it? I'm worried. Or is it helping you and you should still not be overdoing it? Like, rest, enjoy your life. And I meant to message you. And she says, "Then I took a shower." Well, thank
Nice.
you for taking a shower.
Yeah, please.
By the way, I like that we have a picture of you now, but I don't think you need the filter. Like, I think you're prettier without that filter. That's how pretty you are. And all night tonight, everybody was telling each other how beautiful they were. That's like
Oh yeah,
basically
it
what
was
we did.
it was
It was like a circle jerk. And I talked about having a nice tight pussy because of a shit ball. It was fun.
Oh my God, you got to watch it. It was the first 5 minutes, and the whole thing went completely off the rail. And we have a new friend Taylor here tonight that we probably scarred for life.
Probably. Tracy says no different than usual. She said I slept like shit, and she says, "Oh, so sweet."
Yeah, they were very
so
nice to each other.
You're not any different than usual. So get off the fucking lawnmower.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lawn got to get mowed though.
Hear me out. Could you and Bex get one of those inflatable hot tubs? They're not that expensive. You could get one of those from like Costco, and that might help with your back. Just something to think about. You just dump a shitload of Epsom salts in there.
Yeah, that's
and then Tracy says, "Hi, new friend Taylor." So Taylor is come
that's
to us
called
through
an NFT.
Jess. Yeah,
new friend Taylor.
New friend Taylor. We need to learn about NFTs and sell them. So anyway, we love you guys. It's 9:56 at night, and so what we've been trying to do. We added a new segment, and we'd love to hear you guys. Is there anything you could have done better today? Because we don't want to beat ourselves up tomorrow. We're just gonna like learn today from our lessons, and tomorrow will be a new day. So for me, I honestly, if I had taken my nap sooner, I would have been better off.
Yeah.
And if that's it. That's I got.
But you were bothered by somebody before your nap. You may have actually taken your nap earlier. If it was something from Dick coming in here, waking you up.
You?
Yes.
No, I like your dick.
Okay.
It was good. I was appreciating it.
All right.
I could honestly go for a little more.
Okay. Oh, nice.
No, thank you.
Okay.
Go ahead. And
what could I have done better today? Could have got up earlier. I could have. There's not much, but I am. My day is not over. I believe you're going to probably want to stay. While we're going.
I don't have to stay. I can go to sleep.
Oh.
Whatever you want. I can go either way.
Yeah.
I will say, I have noticed that my vibration hasn't been as good lately, and we haven't been going to church because of sickness and music and sickness, mostly sickness. But because I haven't been feeling well, I haven't not been doing well. I haven't been feeling well health wise, so we haven't been to church, and I really want to go. I just haven't been feeling up to it, and I'm noticing it in my energy and my attitude. So I'm kind of bummed out about it. I'd like to try to pull it together in the near future, but who knows?
Go ahead. You have a few.
David Lee Roth was an asshole.
I think Taylor above that too.
Definitely not scarred. Y'all are my type of people. Hey, Tracy, girl.
Yeah, you know what? One of the things I was worried about is Tracy. So now she's here, and
so our day is a lot better. Our day is brighter when you're here. And Tracy says, "No, I need to cut my head off to take the weight off my neck."
Get a sex swing and hang yourself from there, like
Just
your
like head.
Your head. You just get like a mini sex swing for children.
What if could you work in a zero gravity chair and like have like they sell, like honest to God, they sell a zero gravity chair with desk that would take the weight off your neck? That might be something worth looking at. Might be a good investment.
Just cut her head off and keep it in a jar of liquid.
And Hookah Bob says definitely not scared.
No,
You're all my type
Taylor,
of people, and we already got that. We got those. My new friend Taylor. I could have fucking slept better. Other than that, I managed a day pretty well after waking up at 1 to 1:30 a.m. Back to bed, up for the day since 4 a.m.
Oh,
Girl, have we tried the list of healthy sleepy things?
Sleepy things.
Oh, and also magnesium oil on your feet, in your armpits.
That, in case you don't know what spraying sounds like, she'll give you the.
So, is there anything you could have done better today?
Prepped for the podcast better. Maybe I didn't get any clips done today, which I should have.
I didn't get anything done today, and I didn't get our engagement done.
Request a gear memes out today, so which I did yesterday.
Yeah, that's why you're supposed to do them at the beginning of the week, and then you only do them once, and then we just fire them all out.
Yeah.
Okay, and also, okay, so gratitude. What are we grateful for?
I'm grateful that Tracy made the podcast.
I'm grateful for all the people that are podcasters.
We have a new friend. I'm grateful for that.
140 people watching tonight. Thank you guys.
What's up,
by the way, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, all of the socials. On Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, we're on all of them. You follow us, we follow you back. Thank you so much, all of you, for coming. And when you come to Facebook and YouTube, you get to be part of the community. You make friends like the Master Haters, who are the most amazing people ever. Thank you so much. Oh, Daniel was here. Derek was here. Luma Luna, William Burkhardt, Christopher Pompey. Oh, hey, Chris. Heather Phillips. Of course, we saw Cheryl. Go Bills. Shortney. Cindy Bennett. Just so you guys know, whenever you like someone's page, a heart or a smile helps. A like doesn't really help as much. And Hookah Bob, of course. And Courtney, Paul, Uncle Paulie. He's gone to bed.
Paulie was here. He's going to go to bed.
Shortney, Nicole. Sorry, you guys. I'm super high.
Yeah, Nicole was here early.
Yeah, Cindy, Killing 15
Killing
minutes
here.
of true crime podcast. Check them out.
Yeah.
If you haven't checked out Hookah Bob on YouTube,
Risa,
and
of course.
TikTok, I would do that. Risa, oh my God, she's just a little piece. Our new friend Taylor, or NFT,
And Jess stopped by a little bit
Jess
from
was
her
here
boat.
ever so
Parts
briefly
unknown.
from her cruise ship. You guys are just the coolest people ever. I'm grateful we get to see the neighborhood kids again today. I'm grateful that you have taken such good care of me. I'm grateful I won $30, and then I'm going to win
Millions
tonight.
Yeah.
Millions.
110, I believe.
We're going to win millions of dollars.
I am grateful
And
for
I'm gonna-
all the people that have requested my song via text during the show or otherwise, even in Spanish. I am grateful for that. Sorry, I interrupted.
Okay.
You're so
I'm grateful
kind.
for all the people that watch the podcast, and yeah, I'm grateful for the people that watch the podcast. I'm grateful for you for all the things that you do, and I'm grateful that we have this pool so we can do the podcast and not melt. And what else am I grateful for? Your cock.
Oh,
You did a good
I
job.
did a good thing.
Cool stuff.
I want to hear.
Friendship for
Tracy
everyone.
says she does use the magnesium.
It is a lizard. Look right there. It's a little tiny
I
gecko.
just saw it go.
He's
go
right there.
do, do, do.
You guys, it is coming.
He's little teeny.
Hang on, you guys, it's coming toward us.
He's about this big, like literally. Size of your like pinky up to your first knuckle, second knuckle maybe.
Oh my God, is he going up the pole?
He must be.
He's on the other side of the pole.
Yeah.
He's so tiny, and he looks totally see-through.
Yeah, the geckos are really
It's a
cool.
leopard gecko. He's so cute.
They're very cool.
It's either a leopard or an albino. Tracy says, I do use magnesium spray on my feet. I don't feel it really helps. Do your armpits too. And if you're doing like if you put that stuff on, if you feel burning, it's because you're super magnesium deficient. Tracy said, I'm grateful for you both. I'm thankful for baked chicken with
Yeah.
baked potato for dinner. I'm thankful for Beth cooking that dinner. I'm thankful for Beck and all she did today and always. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Thank you, Beth, for cooking dinner. Thank you for letting somebody else do something. And I want to meet her.
Nobody.
Tracy says no burning ever. Well, that's good to not have burning. And she
I'm
says, well,
burning for you.
I just want that little lizard.
He's such a cutie.
He's so cute. We've had those in the house, and we always
We have to rescue him and bring him out.
we'll
We
usually
love
like
him.
check them out for a minute and then like put them outside because but we should probably spend a little more time with them before we let them out and just be
Pet 'em.
like, hey, we just want you to know.
It's the
and then-
second gecko we saw today. We saw one out front where we don't usually see them.
yeah, and then this one here.
And this one.
But I mean, and then we've probably seen more because unless you get close, you can't tell if it's a gecko or an anole. Although the anoles seem to run a little different.
Oh,
than the
anoles
geckos.
are fast, and they kind of do like this waddly thing. The geckos, and geckos come out at night. Anoles aren't really out.
I
at
would
night.
love to see wild chameleons. Like that would be super cool.
What if like we found they have them in Cape Coral? They're
Yeah,
around.
they're everywhere.
Not indigenous.
There was just something
they're just
making a lot of
beautiful.
noise in the bushes. So that could have been a snake.
But
Or
even if they're in your bush,
tiger.
you're probably not going to see them because they match.
Do I look like David Letter or
Oh yeah, Karnak the Magnificent.
Karnak the
Yeah,
Magnificent.
the best one ever was he was Karnak. Johnny Carson was Karnak the Magnificent. They hand him an envelope and he tells you what's in it, and it's like a joke. So he reads the punchline of the joke up to his head. He goes sis boom ba, and then he opens it up and he goes, the sound it makes when a sheep explodes.
Ah,
I don't know what you're doing over
did I
there.
get it?
It's a guy that made beer.
Samuel Adams.
Yes. It's I can't read it. Oh, it's
could look at the screen.
Broadway, old timey Broadway thing about the colonial people.
Hamilton.
Yes. And some short guy, I think he was married to
Danny DeVito.
no, short country guy artist. wears a hat, and he
Garth Brooks.
no, I
Billy
think
Ray
he
Cyrus.
he used to be married to Nicole Kidman, or that no, the other
Keith
guy.
Urban.
No, yeah, the other guy.
Dwight
Yeah,
Yoakam.
no, shorter.
Keith. Short. Should I just pass?
No, yeah, pass. And
I might be
oh,
going
we
the
just
wrong
saw
way.
them at Red, White, and Boom.
Fireworks.
Yep.
I think I'm doing this backwards.
And then, oh, I just said the name of what it was, but
Fireworks, Red, White, and Boom, Dwight Yoakam,
Yeah, but,
Keith Urban,
the
4th
colors,
of July,
the colors.
Red, White, and Blue.
And oh, it's your favorite show about a chef, a restaurant.
Oh, the bear. Well, there you go. Now you know. I'm Kreskin.
Nicole Kidman. Oh, no, that was Keith Urban, right? That was.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
Tracy says they come out at night because the bugs are out and it's prime eating
Bugs
time.
come
Let me just
out
tell
at
you, it's
night.
Florida. There's bugs out.
Yeah, there's bugs anywhere, anytime at all.
All the
You know,
time.
we have a lot of down here that's actually very lovely. Monarch butterflies. They're everywhere.
We
They're
see
so
butterflies
nice.
every day. My friend Joanna, Buxom Joanne, you guys know her. She's on TikTok. She actually wants me to find some wild things that grow and send them to her.
Interesting.
So that's my hair.
Interesting. Keith Urban is married to Keith Urban is married to Nicole Kidman. I didn't know what Kenny. I don't know anything about Kenny Chesney. We should have passed on that one.
Oh, Kenny Chesney?
Yeah.
He had those concerts where everybody went crazy.
Yeah. The Kenny shows.
I forget. I've even seen him in concert and I'm not that excited about it. Okay,
I
so
drove by
we
his
did
tour
our
bus one day.
gratitude. Doug drove by his tour bus. That's exciting.
I wasn't that excited.
140 people. Thank you guys for coming. We'll be back tomorrow night.
Yeah.
And by the way, if we don't have too much to say, we might just do a game night. What do you guys
Never
think
know.
about a
You
midweek
never
game
know.
night?
Maybe we will have something to say. We had 2 hours worth of something to say tonight and last night.
The
I don't know what
thing
you're
is,
talking about.
Wednesdays and Thursdays are usually our
Yeah.
quietest nights, and it's
Yeah.
like most of the time we play off the audience, and if they don't have anything to say,
Yeah.
like if they're into it, like our energy is like way up here, and if they're not,
Yeah.
it's like down here. And by the way, like if you guys are like sad or not here, like having a bad day, we feel that, and I'm sure you guys
people.
feel it from us. So we always
God
try
damn
to.
it.
We try to be honest with you if we're having a hard time, and we try to turn it around because you don't come here to listen to our like sad lives. But here we are, night after night with my ridiculous hair.
But,
love y'all.
we love you,
Any
and we'll
comments?
see. Oh, no,
No,
that's
love
the
y'all.
end of the comments.
Love you.
We'll see you later. See you tomorrow.